opening routine to greet viewers of the VOD later?
Oh God. Do people odds? Boy.
Oh, some people watch VODs when I make them. I may or may not make one. This seems like a good time to make one, given that I do it
Okay.
sometimes.
So, do I introduce myself? Do I just assume
Uh,
like being famous Magic the
you may
Gathering?
want to come up with a way to introduce yourself because people are throughout the stream going to be asking, "Oh, who's Kanye Best?" So you wanna think of some way to quickly explain your whole thing.
No, I'll just tell them I'm actually Kanye West.
All right. I mean, that'll be one way to get attention.
Yeah, it'll be great. You wanna? Do you know how to do that thing where you like put up in the corner, like in
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. Let's put up a little
yes,
message.
yeah.
What do you want the message to be about yourself?
No, literally just guest colon Kanye Best MGG.
Oh
It
yeah.
doesn't.
Oh yeah.
I just
So
don't being like who's on voice 27 times.
oh yeah, Kanye Best MTG. That's your stream. Is that your
It is
stream
actually.
name? All right.
It's basically irrelevant.
Sicko. All right.
I'm just here to prep and be guest content slash person for Aaron to make fun of for clout. It's really my niche.
It definitely is. All right. So we've got your little guest thing up in the corner now. Kanye Best MTG. Folks will go follow your stream. Hopefully, feel free to like give yourself shout outs whenever. I just want this to be a pleasant experience for you.
Because I very rarely stream. I have currently considered going back to it, but I think mostly for mental health reasons, it was not the best for the amount of pressure I would put on myself. Basically, I don't know if I ever told you this, but the idea was I wouldn't stream unless I was at high ranks, and that made losing really bad for like how I approached the game, and it was not ideal. So just don't until I've sort of solved that internal problem. It's just not really a thing that I like. I love competing. That's what I love.
Mm-hmm. And gambling, presumably.
Well, I'm really good at gambling.
Mm. Because I feel like there's some way we could work into your intro the whole like professional gambler wouldn't quite be right, but
Literally just a content creator. I do nothing. I'm not important. I'm not cool. I just write. I'm very good at putting a lot of words on a page.
mm-hmm. and putting a bunch of mountains in a deck, but maybe like one or two fewer mountains than you're supposed to.
I am running 24 lands.
Oh, in current mono red? Is that the current that's the current thing you're supposed to do? That sounds about right.
Yeah, you might actually be supposed to be running 25. I think that
because I was thinking that number sounded one too low to me.
Well, like if you're running 25, I just feel like you should probably be playing a different deck.
Ooh.
Like, 25 land deck, you just go play like Naya Clarion or something.
Naya Clarion. Oh, Spirit. I see.
Yeah,
like Naya definitely Clarion, definitely. Yeah.
No, I
different.
actually think Naya Clarion Spirit is very good.
Oh, it probably is. I have it right here, and this is one of the decks I might actually play in the qualifier next weekend. Anyway, blue green Stompy sucks. I'm going to delete it before we get on with the sealed deck building. Other than that, all these decks are probably not so bad that I have to delete them right this instant. Let's go and look at...
One of them has Rookie's name on it. That sounds reasonably bad enough to delete.
Hey, it's just Phoenix without Phoenix, and I've always hated the Arclight Phoenix part of Phoenix. I'm like, the rest of the deck seems great. Arclight Phoenix sucks. That's my hot take.
I think the whole Arclight Phoenix package, the whole deck, I just wouldn't play right now.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix. That's my other opinion, but at least I like Sprite Dragon. Sprite Dragon's pretty cool.
I think it just does actual nothing the entire game, which, you know, if you like doing actual nothing, that's pretty cool.
I also like Of One Mind. It's an Of One Mind deck, Kanye. You can't blame me too much.
Sure. You do like drawing cards.
Like drawing 2 cards for 1 mana. Alright. Anyway, Necrocissa. First comment of the night, and that means we're actually going. Is the volume low again, or is it just you, Econometric? My mic is... This volume should be fairly high. Let me turn it up a little bit more. I might have... Is this sufficiently loud for folks? Did I accidentally hit the wrong button on the mic again that made it quiet? I don't think so.
You have a button that's just like, turn down your mic 50%.
Okay, oh, Kanye, you're probably pretty quiet. I'm going to turn you up, Kanye.
Okay.
All right, let's talk to each other for a bit, Kanye. Make sure our volume levels are ironed out for the fine.
We did like a whole 3-minute intro thing.
That's true, like, but now it's louder, and we need to determine whether it's loud enough.
No, for sure. It's just like, damn, all that effort on the intro. right? All the banter. Now I'm very loud.
Now we're very loud. All right, let me turn Kanye down a little bit. It's a little too much Kanye. We went too far.
I've got a fever. The only prescription is more Kanye.
All right, so let's hope these levels basically work. Kanye could be a bit louder. You're good.
Oh my god.
Project, Kanye. Just project.
Okay. I'm a Magic player. I use my indoor voice. I cry in the corner. I don't project. All right.
Okay. It's just we got to all learn from Jeff Hoagland and Jeff's stagecraft experience, which I also share.
So good at enunciating.
Oh yeah, I admire it. I also, having been in musicals, feel like hopefully I get a little bit of that side benefit. But Jeff's definitely a pro.
Like, I don't know if your chat knows this, but I mean, to me at least, you're very clearly modeled on him as a streamer.
Oh, absolutely. He's an inspiration to me. I think I agree with pretty much everything he's ever said that wasn't necessarily about politics or like one other like magic ethics issue. Other than that, I'm like, Jeff's right about pretty much everything, and I hope that at some point he gets to come in from the cold and get lots of money and clout from WotC. That'll never happen, but it's, if I ran the zoo.
Odd to have, like, because in the Hearthstone scene there are guys like Jeff, but they're all like none of them are as articulate and like as well put together as he is. So it's so odd.
Yeah, just the way he runs his stream is so freaking professional. It's like an inspiration. Yeah. I'll never get to that level, but
introduce yourself. I'm KanyeBest MTG. I've hit rank 1 on Arena. I won a Fandom Legends tournament where I beat Matt Nass, Brian Braun-Duin, and Reed Duke in the top 8. I day 2'd a couple Arena Opens, or not Arena Open, the old Arena PTQs before they went to like one-day events, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Kanye's the guy who always does better with my decks than I do in those tournaments.
It's true. I always played Aaron's decks, and I always did better than he did. And that is entirely down to being very lucky and playing very good decks.
Oh, I also had to go to a wedding during the Black Green Adventures phase. That's the deck I most regret not being able to play in a qualifier. Love that deck.
The blue green deck, you got glitched out, right?
I got glitched out. It's hard to tell. It's like, for all I know, like the game ended by the time I was able to get Arena back open, but maybe the mono red player just killed me during that time. I don't remember whether I'd skipped a turn or not. I was also like 1 and 2 at that point, or 2 and 2 at that point, so it's like unclear what was going to happen.
No, that was your second loss.
Yeah, or second, whatever. It was the last loss I needed for the tournament, I think.
I see.
Anyway, that's ancient history. One dream hack got past that stage of my career, and now I'm back to that stage because I'm again unqualified. Anyway, let's open a sealed pool.
Real quick, I just want to say that's an absolute crime. I often nominate you for rivals in like random discussions of Discord.
Okay.
Discord. It's like,
I was gonna say if you have the ear of wizards, but I appreciate in the Discord's discussions too. I would love to.
Other people that I yell at about you being in
rivals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we could. I don't know. Maybe it's like a rotating slot in rivals, just like me and a couple of other people. We just like switch out week after week, and we all get a little bit of the experience. Anyway, these rares suck. God. All right, this is gonna be an interesting build because all of these rares are terrible.
It's cool. We'll just open like a bunch of great blue-green commons.
All right. Well, let's see what the where the pool guides us to. Gonna do our usual sort mechanism, and give me those mystical archive cards as well, please. Hello. Are you not allowed to select mystical archive when you're playing Strixhaven Sealed? Oh, this whole thing just doesn't work in Sealed. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, that's historic, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Well, our best rare was hidden. This one's pretty good. But still, it's not exactly an inspiring lineup. This stupid thing. God. All right.
Appreciate ecology. It's messed up, man.
All right. So lessons. What do we got here? We've got environmental sciences. Okay, this is actually a really good lesson spread.
We did it.
I like jamming expand anatomies of people. And we've got a professor of symbology double study break and a rise of Extus. So white is looking like a thing I'm interested in doing potentially.
I saw the professor and I started looking at the rest of the white, and I'm less sure of that.
Yeah, let me look at the rest of the white. I just hate it when like one color gets uncommon like this that just takes up an uncommon slot and just obviously weakens the whole color.
Yeah, it ain't great. Like okay, white cards, I feel like.
Kevlar Man is always with the tips, and well, if we have a Grinning Ignis, maybe we can make something happen with this card. I do like Snakeskin Veil. Snakeskin Veil can be a blowout. All right, so we got ourselves a kind of medium pool. Let's look at the gold uncommon and see if there's anything that really compels
Hard.
us.
I do like Quandrix Apprentice a lot. I like double Quandrix Campus a lot.
Yep, all right. Well, Quandrix, as usual, looks pretty good. We have no 10 to the pests, so this Demogoth Titan looks pretty bad. Triple Exhilarating Elocution.
Just that, but with, like, Jeff Hoagland's face photoshopped on it because he's so good at...
I was gonna say, that is his specialty. All right, we got a Lorehold campus and double Quandrix campus, and Environmental Sciences and a Prismari campus, which makes me think that maybe there's some kind of 4-color non-black deck here that gets to play double returned past color and get some value that way.
I think that is absolutely wild, but I also think Return Past Color is a completely insane card.
Yeah, let's see. We also have a Quintorius to go with double return past color, which is neat. All right, well, let's just throw a bunch of...
I'm less into Quintorius, I think.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in Sealed it often is pretty weak. It depends kind of what else we have to go with it. Ether Helix, God, I hate this card, but it's probably okay. It's okay. It's definitely okay.
I know Tristan is saying, like, it's his #1 most overrated card in Sealed.
Yes, it's also overrated in Draft. I think it's just generally overrated. It's 5 mana. It's 5 mana, and you don't always even have a target on turn 5.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a Mage Duel, we have a Scourge Colony, we have a Snakeskin Veil. Yeah, I think to make playables, we're going to need to be a little ambitious. We got Double Heated Debate, which is a great thing to be doing with those returned past colors.
Shock.
An Academic Dispute, a Shock. A Draconic Intervention. Actually, this card's pretty good. I shouldn't have been bad-mouthing Arbors that much. This card's pretty good. Double Reds.
I feel like I want more, if I were to be a Draconic Intervention deck, I feel like I would want more late game, but I guess if we are playing the 4-2, we have plenty of late game.
Yeah, the past colors are kind of our late game because all our Quandrix cards are very much set up and do things early, except for Zimone.
Says Quandrix or Teamer IMO, and it's like, I think we probably end up Teamer splashing white for past caller.
Yeah, I think so. I'm looking at Professor of Symbology as a thing that might make it a little bit more good to have early white, but it's not, it's not that much of an out-and-out bomb that you need to do it. I'm just kind of looking at playable cards across these colors. Oh, we have Double Arcane Subtraction. Oh, I didn't look at our Learn cards. That was a thing I never actually did. Oh, I did before. All right, so we got Pop Quiz.
In here.
Yeah, we've also got a Rise of Extus, which is like pretty good reason to think about playing heavier white. I'm just like throwing a bunch of playable cards in a pile and like seeing like what comes out of it. Tome Shredder is only playable if we have Quintorius, but that combo's messed up, so it's a thing to consider. We do have a Campus Guide, which is another thing that can help us with our mana if we want to do that. Yeah, this is definitely.
Do you want to chuck the Lorehold Campus in there?
Yeah, might as well throw the Lorehold in there as well. Pledge Mage, probably not actually going to make it, but, who knows what our color... I mean, we're going to be base blue-green, I guess, so that's not going to actually make it.
Yeah.
Grave Shot.
Environmental Science is going to do a lot of work here.
It's going to have to do a lot of work. We'll figure it out. So this is the kind of deck where we're going to have to just cast it on turn, spend our early turn setting up a lot. All right, we got Double Snow Day. This card it's a little weird in Seal. It's like I really want this much more if I have any kind of offense going, and this deck does not seem like a Snow Day deck so much.
I am stuck in Magical Christmas Land thinking of getting a Snow Day back with past caller.
I mean, Magical Christmas Land is full of Snow Days, I guess, but... Yeah. Alright, Test of Talents is great. Alright, so this is like a pile of cards that seem playable. Am I missing anything in gold? Not really.
I really wish we could actually support the Silver Pool deck, but we just don't seem to have the white or the black. Really.
You like the Elocutions, Kanye?
Not the Elocutions. I just want to play that 3/2. I think it's a good card. Also, it reminds me of a gag where it's like, when you play this creature, name a card. You can still play the other card, but I really encourage you not to. And Silver Quill Silencer is basically that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can still play it, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, we're worth knowing that like D-Spark is decent, Apprentice is decent, Silencer is decent. You could probably cobble together some kind of black-white like Mardu type aggro deck because you have the Professor and the Study Breaks to get Environmental Sciences, but that's not actually very good. Although that's the thing we could like here. Let me quickly.
I'm kind of interested in it now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, so this is good. This is good. This is practice. We're done in practice. We gotta let's quickly export this thing. We can pick it up later. Let's build the like. Let's see what the aggro decks in this pool look like. It's not a bad thing to like look at your aggro decks and just make sure you're not missing something, because sometimes you do miss things.
Because like we have the Tome Scour, Quintorius, Past Callers. We have good white, black, gold cards. I don't think we can make our mana work, and we don't really have the 1-drops in our colors. But
I mean, you don't need the 1-drops, but we do need 2-drops. I'm worried about our 2-drop quality. But I will say that I had a pool yesterday where I thought, like, obviously I'm supposed to be playing some kind of like Sultai roughly like greed deck with this, and the Sultai greed deck looks great. And then I built a Lorehold deck that looked worse, but actually just ran over people very easily.
See where it goes, because like we have what Poet. We could play Poet. We could play Leech Fanatics. I love Mage Hunter. I actually really like Spectre Defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm just throwing all the playable Mardu cards in this pile so we can see kind of what the density of different color combinations ends up being.
I think this one's gonna have mana problems based on the campuses I saw, but I can't be sure.
Oh, if we try to play 3 colors like straight up, we do. I think the question is like, is there some kind of splash that makes sense? Like,
yeah, okay.
And I don't know if there is a splash that makes sense, but that's.
I think it might be black.
Yeah, we were white red. We splash black for flunk. The problem is we have these 2-drops that no longer make any sense. Yeah. So like if we're white black, we get to play a lot of the 2-drops. We have nothing. Note that red gives us 0 2-drops.
Playing. Okay.
So if
playing Divine Gambit, Keck W.
Yeah, well, certainly better here than it was in Kaldheim. No one's gonna slap a coma down.
Honestly, the part that bothers me the most is the double white.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily make the deck. It's a vaguely playable card. Let's
I do really like the art on it though.
Hi there, Demovia. How are you doing today? All right, we got Quintorius, which works with not much. We've got Tome Shredder, which is a card we're not necessarily playing for splashing red anyway, and Pilgrim of the Ages, and that's about it. Got Fuming Effigy. Let's just say we're splashing the red. What does that end up looking like? Do we play Dispute or Shock if we're splashing the red? Or are we just going Heated Debates and Past Colors? Let's see. We're just on
vaguely playable, which is not what I expected.
Yeah, it's maybe there. All right, so we get a Lorehold Campus. We play 1 Mountain to get with our Environmental Sciences, and we play a pile of lands of colors that we want. I think Auxiliary Elocution probably doesn't make the deck. Probably not.
What's our creature count at?
14. Very, very sturdy creature count.
You can talk me into it, honestly. I think that card gets way, way better when you have legitimate flyers, and we have Arrogant Poet, we have Pilgrim, which Pilgrim flies, right? Or am I thinking of the other card?
Pilgrim does not fly. It looks like it flies. It really does look like it flies. It does not fly.
Okay. We have like Arrogant Poet, we have Silvercool Pledge Mage, Lorehold Pledge Mage has first strike, we have like Spectre of the Fens, we have the double return pass colors.
Yeah, you could convince me to slip one of these in. I'm trying to think what we cut for it. Beaming Defiance, maybe?
Like, basically every one of our creatures, except for Professor of Symbology and Pilgrim of the Ages, and arguably Mage Hunter, really benefit from that. Lifelink on Fanatic, etc.
Yeah, what if we cut... Let's see. D-Spark is also one of those cards where, like, it's great sometimes. I think in Sealed it's a bit better because curves are a bit higher, but of course it doesn't hit fractals, it doesn't hit elementals. They're, big spells that it misses.
Why not splash red, according to Real Ulysses? And I think
that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Black-white splash debate and past callers. Yeah. Elocution might be better than Defend. I think Defend is better than Elocution on the grounds that it's actual removal. So if like our opponent plays like, I don't know,
a fractal,
it gets out of here.
Yeah, I do think Defending the Campus is much better than Elocution here. The fact that it's an instant pump spell also matters. Let's see. So, is there anything we want to cut for an Elocution, given we've got that here? We've got...
I think it's still probably the worst card in the deck. Like, I wouldn't...
Yeah, now that I'm looking at this, we have enough pump. We have the Defiance. We have the Essence Infusion is, like, actually fairly similar to that card, except cheaper.
Yeah. So I guess the real question is, do we like this more
than our 4-color pile? And
yeah,
I don't know. We never actually built out the 4-color pile, so it's an interesting question. I'd be down to like try this for a couple of games and then see how it feels, and then see like I mean, this is practice. I kind of just want to try both versions.
Yeah. This is what we call a learning experience, chat. Which is weird for me because I do my best never to learn anything. But, you know.
This limited format is not for you then, Kanye.
No, sometimes you have to learn. It's tough. I hate it.
All right, so this is probably more like a 17 land deck, which is another thing that I'm noting. If we have Rise of Exodus, Double Return, Past Caller, I've had like way too many bad experiences where I have like this card in my opening hand and I can just never.
I will throw this out there. I absolutely love Essence Infusion Spectre of the Fens. It can 100% solo games because one thing I realized about this format is like, unless you got one of the dragons, there's not really a flyer bigger than a 4/5.
It's true, and you dodge Heated Debate, you dodge other stuff.
It's actually just the biggest thing flying.
Also, Necrosis is just doing a parody song in the comments, and I'm not acknowledging it because I'm distracted. But I do want to acknowledge that Necrosis, your parody song, is bringing a little bit of lift to my spirit. All right, maybe we just cut D-Spark. This card is gonna not have targets a lot of the time.
Oh my god, is that the sound of silence?
Needlethorn Drake is the enemy. This is true. This is why we have those splashed, heated debates, and the double study break. Fuck your Needlethorn Drakes, man. Talking about Drake? No, we're not.
Drake?
We could also, like... Did I cut a 2-drop? We actually have 7 2-drops, which is maybe more than we...
I want 7 2-drops.
Okay, probably we want 7 2-drops. Sorry, if we don't cut... Like, what's the... Do we actually also want to play 16 lands? Because we have Environmental Sciences that we're getting a lot of the time, and it can just kind of get us to 6 mana.
No, I like 17.
Okay, so what's the cut then, Kanye? Tell us. If we're not cutting a 2-drop, we're definitely not cutting a study break. Are we cutting a pump spell?
Are we cutting Pilgrim of the Ages because we're running 17 lands?
Yeah, I mean, Pilgrim of the Ages is another argument for only running 16 lands because it's kind of like a 17th land in and of itself.
I guess if we're running Pilgrim, I'm fine with 16.
Okay, let's just try this then. Let's run this. Oh, we need to play a mountain though. That was almost awkward.
Yeah, I do like the card Environmental Sciences. It's cool that when you open Environmental Sciences in your sealed pool, your win rate goes up like 5%. I think that's nice.
Yeah,
that's definitely.
Well, it's cool when the card that does that is a common that 60% of people have a copy of or something.
60% of the time.
I don't know. What's the odds of having a given common in your sealed pool?
You're the math guy.
Oh, well, I assume somebody in chat will be the math guy for us here, or gal. Let's looking for those numbers, chat. All right, so we're only running 7 and 7. Honestly, I kind of am more interested in 17 lands just because it lets me run at least 8 sources of each major color, which, given we have 2 different double 2-drops that require both colors, seems pretty good.
Then what's the cut?
That's the question. The other thing about the 8th Swamp is it lets us actually get and cast Pest Summonings with some reliability, which is important because that's our only castable creature lesson, I think.
I mean, I guess the worst card in the deck is Leech Fanatic. So if you wanted to cut that, I think that's the only thing I can come up with.
Okay, is Leech Fanatic worse than Arrogant Poet? Its win rate is much better, but of course that's across decks that are not as aggressive as we're being here. I do find that Poet has, even when in decks I think it's going to be good in, it's been kind of shitty in, just because, you have to keep taking 2, and it's really easy for people to race you when you do that stuff.
That is true. I think we have a pretty absurd amount of flyers and the ability to finish out a game here in terms of cards like Silverquill Pledge Mage, which will be flying, Warhold Pledge Mage, which is very hard to block, Return to Past Caller. We're going to be positioned aggressively a lot of the time.
That's true. I think I'm going to cut D-Spark. I think we just have enough removal and or temporary removal that, I don't want to have a card that's going to be blank even, a smallish percentage of the time.
49%.
49%. Okay, so I was a little off in the estimate, but half and half's not bad. Well, I guess it really does create this class of haves and have-nots. We are the 51%.
Yeah.
Do we cut a heated debate instead of a D-Spark?
No.
Maybe. No. Okay.
We can.
We sure we're gonna have red that often?
Legitimate spells for Past Caller. I don't think we can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, goodbye D-Spark. Let's play this. See how it goes.
I think the other thing about Heated Debate and D-Spark is actually neither of them kill fractals.
That's true. I mean, you can kill you can kill some of the fractals with Heated Debate.
Before we jump in, though, I do want to ask your chat. Which of the two decks do you think is better?
Ooh.
I just want to see what they think, because we built 2 decks here. We built the Mardu deck. We built the 4-color pile. And I think on balance, the 4-color pile is the one that stood out to us the most, right? That was the one that was the most obvious to build.
I actually think now once we built the aggro deck, like we didn't really look at it because normally the rares were pointing us in one direction. But I feel like these decks are actually at a fairly similar power level. Double Study Break is kind of fucked up.
I'm tilted because now that you said that, everyone's going to be like, "Oh yeah, they're at a similar power."
Oh no, don't disagree with me, chat. Tell us, what do you think? Do you think we can come up with some kind of 3 to 4 color pile that's going to be better than this aggro deck?
Yeah, you've polluted the sample here, Aaron.
Okay, fine. We have Double Study Break and Double Expand Anatomy, Kanye.
No, Double Study Break is actually like the main reason I wanted to play this deck. I think that card is berserk.
Mm-hmm.
First one, but I'm biased because I've had 0 success whatsoever with aggro in this format. That does seem to be what the format is like a little bit.
Yeah, the only aggro decks I've had success with were like full of obviously busted rares. In a way, this deck is not. This is one is just more like it's a draft deck, kind of. Can it work?
I just think this is an interesting question because the pool obviously pointed us one direction, and then we thought about it a little more and tried a different one, but I'm not actually sure that was correct, and that's what we're going to try to learn during this.
Yeah. Here, I should also pick a mascot for this deck. I want to do things up right now. We have a guest on the stream. What's the mascot? Is the mascot going to be a Silverquill Silencer?
I was going to suggest Study Break.
Oh, Study Break can be the mascot. There you go.
The guy on Study Break looks like Gideon. I'm not really sure what's up with that.
Gideon with tusks?
Yeah.
Huh.
R.I.P. Big Dog.
Alright, well, nobody else in chat seems like they want to proffer opinions, so let's just jam some games. I'm going to set up some predictions here. Again, trying to do this up right. I am going to need, of course, chat's help to make sure we actually keep doing predictions throughout the night and pay out the predictions and things like that.
I'll be the predictions guy. I can make sure to remind you.
Okay.
Sleeve
it up. Oh yeah, let's do this up right. Deck list. If you just came on here, the question's going to be confusing to you. We just had 2 different options for decks to build in the sealed pool. We want to know which one people preferred. Give me some sleeves. What are my sleeves these days? We've got... What's a good Silverquill aggro type sleeve? Do I have Killian sleeves? I think I have Killian sleeves.
Use the Mythic Championship 3-1. 2019. The Ripjaw Raptor sleeve.
Could have sworn I had Killian sleeves. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. I think I need to go to the store and actually redeem them. I got a code because I took the quiz. Gave them my email address and everything. Was it Debate Duelist? Nope. All right. Let me look at my email for this. I really thought I was just going to guess it correctly and then not look like a moron.
The other build was Teamer splashing white for Returned Past Caller. It was one of those 4-color kind of do-nothing decks. We didn't have the high-end fractals or rares that make me really excited about that, but we did have a fair bit of solid removal and some good learn cards.
Okay, it was close. Yeah, it was all the colleges, except it was 3 of the colleges deck list. It was a kind of ugly-looking deck. The kind of deck you only build if you have environmental sciences and no dream. Okay, let's put the Killian sleeves on this and get battling.
You go off to Strixhaven, you come back indoctrinated into 4-color Dirtle.
All the colleges working together in harmony. You know, these diversity people on college campuses these days. It's terrible.
I really like the My Little Pony sleeves. How do I get
black and white cards playing together? It's terrible.
Jesus. Someone's gonna clip that, take it out of context. You're done, man.
Man, I'm just a Silverquill junkie for life. Black and white creatures fuck segregation, am I right?
Nobody in chat will get that.
Man,
0 people in chat.
If you don't get it, you're too young. You're too young.
You're referencing a 12-year-old rap song, Aaron.
I used to know every word of that song.
Oh my god.
See, this is why I have you in the stream. It just loosens me up. For better or for worse.
Also because I get your references to 12-year-old rap songs. All right, so what I'm learning so far is this deck is busted and our opponent is screwed.
Oh yeah, both of those things are definitely true. We got a heated debate here, buddy. Cultivate.
Yeah.
Get that shit out of
Yeah.
here.
Unless we get Draconic Intervention here, which I really shouldn't have said because now we are going to get Draconic Intervention.
Draconic Intervention doesn't kill Mage Hunter, and they take one, my dude. They take one.
Ooh, they take one. I hate it when I take one.
They're gonna play some kind of creature that's large, and they're gonna play Witherbloom Pledge Mage, and we're gonna defend the campus, and they're gonna scoop. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Indubitably.
That is actually 100% what's happening here. Honestly, being too young to remember 6 foot, 7 foot isn't that bad, but being too young to remember like the Drought 3, that's a tough one. That was like prime Wayne. He was great.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it kind of worked out like we said it was going to.
That's bad. I don't like when my opponent does things that are bad for us.
Yeah, we're just gonna straight up murder them. Oh, look, a study break to kill them next turn.
Yeah, okay.
Heck out of here with that.
Part where they take 6. That was honestly like one of the worst multiple choices I've ever seen.
Yeah, the card.
I'm probably better than that.
It's a very good card, but sometimes the bounce ability is kind of lame.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if they have any spell that kills Mage Hunter, we just kill them with Beaming Defiance. If they play 2 creatures, we kill them with Study Break.
Yeah, I think they're out of here.
If they have like, okay, Honor Troll into like a cram session could get us, but let's tap that boy down, and then we have Beaming Defiance to stop any shenanigans. Nope.
No shenanigans here.
No shenanigans here. Being on the play turns out to be busted.
On the play, play 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop before they play a card that affects the board.
Mm-hmm. But hey, we beat Cultivate. Cultivate's probably the best uncommon in the sealed format.
It's good if you have time.
Good if you have time. Also, I guess we just gave away the Silver Quill code to everybody on stream. I hope there's not a TOS against that. Probably not, but you never know.
Hey, wait, I missed it. What was the code again? It didn't work. Wow.
Oh, it didn't work? Do you have to do it? Is it because I took the quiz? I guess they can activate codes for certain accounts. That makes a kind of sense. Yes, I'm not surprised people can just find them on the web. Just had that vaguely guilty feeling of, did I just think I wasn't supposed to?
Do you see the question Mongoose asked?
Mongoose's question. If being on the play was a card, it would be a Mox. Being on the play was a card. Huh.
I don't know if it's quantifiable in that manner. What's the win rate differential in most formats? Like 50?
I mean, yeah, we can look at the win rate differential and we can compare it to a card from the set.
I think it's actually, you know what it is? Being on the play is environmental sciences.
There we go. Being on the play is environmental sciences. Being on the play is like, a Rise of Exodus or a multiple choice, something like that.
I think it's environmental sciences where it's just like, it's just this thing that you look at it and you're like, it's not that bad, but it does help almost every time.
Okay. Our opponent has a 2-drop that trades with our 2-drops. I'm happy with that outcome. Would really, really, really like a plains or at least a mountain next turn. Alright, so what are the odds they cast me it successfully blocks Leech Fanatic this turn? It have to be like Vortex Runner, because if it's like Biomathematician, I'd still want to attack and gain my life.
Is this like a mage duel that they're just trying to see if they can save?
I mean, they probably just have a Vortex Runner or something like that. I'm kind of into making them have it, though. Kind of want to punish them a little bit if they want to do anything besides cast exactly a 2/3 this turn. Yeah, I'd be pretty interested in Mestastic to see Magic experiment with some kind of balancing mechanic for play draw.
Oh, it's cool. They're playing our other deck.
They're playing our other deck. Ooh, Return Past Scholar will eventually be pretty juicy if I could draw several more lands, or...
University Plains, yes.
Yes. Alright, well, let's I mean, I'm much happier trading with Needlethorn Drake than Reckless Amplemancer. And if you don't block, then the magic of a lifelink begins to enter into it. God, lifelinking 2-drops are always just the bomb.
What was the one from Kaldheim?
You're thinking of Story Seeker.
Yes.
Story Seeker, the 2-drop that was better than, I forget. Oh, Usher of the Fallen was definitely a better card than Usher of the Fallen was in that format. Overgrown Arch. All right, well, yeah, I'm down to continue gaining lots of life. Look at that! It's Pilgrim of the Ages. That's a thing of beauty. I would love to trade with your someday 4/4 if you'll have me.
I can't help but notice that we're not really scared of anything happening on the board, and they have 2 cards in hand, and we have like 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good stuff, man. Just grind.
I
like that.
It turns out that we're not.
And I mean, this Defend the Campus is eventually going to make mincemeat of some kind of thing they do. Oh, maybe we just kill that. Like, how much do I care? I guess I care about it sacrificing itself. I don't want to lose the cards in my hand. I like the cards in my hand. Ooh, we drew a land? Alright, so we can just defend the campus and get this back with Past Color, like, next turn.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight.
Seems
That's
good. Let's,
do we do it after their... Wait. Do we ever do it on, like, after their trigger, so they have to sacrifice something else?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I should have done that. No, Kanye is correct. I don't see the card in Sealed very much, but that's that would have been the correct choice, unless they had exactly 10 the Pests, which is fairly unlikely. Right. I'm like more used to people having 10 the Pest with that card and just wanting to get it out of there before they can do that. This is Sealed, so it's less likely that they've actually put together some kind of combo.
I think it would be wildly unlikely for them to have the 10 the Pests.
Yeah, we don't get an attack, so we miss out on 2 life or whatever, but it still seems good to like make them sack an entire creature, given that all their creatures are actual cards. So punt for me for sure. Should have done that differently than we did. Nonetheless, we're kind of murdering them here. We have a Rise of Exodus.
Ridiculously good position. It's not like unlosable, but I'm pretty happy with how this deck is going late, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I like how we just assumed, like, oh yeah, we'll get an attack with a return Past Color next turn, totally. Like, we'll just draw the land. It'll be untapped. We'll do it.
There's part of me that wants to make them spend 5 mana here, but probably not going to do that.
I just don't care about it.
Deckless Zero, what happened to Jim D. Punt? I mean, I'm not Jim Davis is what happened. I don't understand why I would have Jim Davis's punt command on my stream. Perhaps I'm missing something.
The bot is programmed to use that, right?
Oh, my punt counter has Jim D. Punt in it. What?
Right. And the bot
lol.
Doesn't have a sub to Jim Davis, so it can't do the emote.
Why? What? MTG bot.
I can't really explain to you why, but it is what's happening.
Okay, so our turn here is like faintly awkward. I think I like going with just play Pledge Mage and maybe Study Break them to stop an attack or something, and then just get Environmental Sciences. Then we can Sciences into Spectre.
I guess, yeah.
We could also Study Break and get him for 2 with Pilgrim, but that seems worse than just we would prefer to stop their attack
in this matchup.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna Study Break, get Environmental Sciences, and then we're gonna draw land.
Anyway,
but that's okay. We have a Spectre of Defense. We'll take some lands. All right.
We'll play the card Study Break. A card close to my heart.
Expanded Anatomy also creates a giant Lorehold Pledge Mage, which is enticing, but we have a lot to learn. I think we'll get.
Take the lands, man.
Let's just take the land, not be greedy. Because if we draw like Arrogant Poet next turn. Oh, did we cut Arrogant Poet in the end? No, I think we kept it.
I do not believe you did, actually.
Oh, it's another Needlethorn Drake. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, well there we go, just as planned. I think we just Rise of Exodus Pledge Mage.
I would like it to be gone, yes.
Yeah.
They have no pressure whatsoever here.
At some point, our opponent has cast no spells this game, which is always a funny thing in this format.
Interesting. That choice actually really mattered.
Kevlar Man, as usual, with the extremely obscure, like the explanation of the obscure effect that's going on. I like it. I like it. I guess notably, if we get Environmental Sciences for Mountain, we can get Elemental Summoning at some point.
Why is it always Jim D. Punt then? Because I never see the other punt emotes. It's always Jim D. Punt.
Did they not gain life? Our opponent forgot to gain life before they learned.
I think it's a tap sack ability, which, like, to be fair, it should be. I don't really know why it's not, and it's confusing that it's not.
I mean, I like that you can top tech it late in the game and just learn immediately. That seems like a fine.
But it's, just, like, it's one of those things where it's just like every other card for the past 20 years that does this would have had it as a tap sack ability, and this.
Oh, look, a 4/4. Our opponent has a 4/4. I like the Kevlar Man admission.
They're getting us.
Opponent oops is me. What's the oops here, bud?
You were saying you were gonna Reckless Amplimancer here?
Huh.
Okay, this is like I have a counterspell, but I'm baiting my counterspell play. What if we just played Silencer, Spectre of the Fens? I'm not afraid of anything here.
I'm kind of interested in, like, so if we environmental sciences, we can Silencer and Expanded Anatomy. I mean, they could have removal to blow out Expanded Anatomy, but do I give a shit?
What is there like a flash creature we're forgetting? Is there like a flash rare or something?
The card I'm thinking of is like Barian Books.
I don't care about that. Let's just play.
Which I don't care about. I'm just thinking about what we should name a Silencer. Like, should we name Barian Books, or do we name? I mean, we should name Fractal Summoning. I'm being silly. All right, we'll name Fractal Summoning. Let's just cast this, get our mountain, so we can cast future copies of Elemental Summoning. Decklist Zero, I don't think I ever really tried not to curse on stream. I think sometimes I'll do like cutesy like pseudo curses because I'm trying to be funny or whatever, but I have no objection to just, you know, quoting Lil Wayne or whatever it takes.
It's true. Also, I'm a bad influence.
Also, Kanye's a bad influence, yeah. Important to keep that in mind. Alright. Mountain, please. And Anatomy on the 2/1.
I think it's because you talk so
proper
articulately that nobody expects you to drop curse words.
Yeah, Fiesta Paul, I'm actually enjoying the sealed format. I've heard some people badmouth it because it seems like so much about value, but I think a surprising percentage of pools actually have reasonably supported aggro decks in them, in my experience. All right, let's see what our opponent's thing is. Is it just Barian Books, buddy? Because you can bury this Pilgrim of the Ages, and it's just eliminate. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, first of all, Dakristissa, I'm the smart one in this chat.
We need to become Aaron Gurtler.
Imagine our opponent not playing the known card and not playing around a Silverquill Silencer.
How could they make that mistake? Oh man, we're taking 5? That's so much damage.
If they just don't play the oh my god. Opponent, you gotta play your 5/5. Opponent.
No, it's a summoner. It names a card and it says, look, you can still play that card, but I highly advise you not to play that card. Which, like, if you ever watched Friday night's Loading Ready Run sketch show,
I think you referred to that sketch before, and I still have not seen it, but I should watch it at some point. Anyway, we're gonna get back study break and just murder them. I think. Or do I get back Exodus?
I would like to bring back.
Study break is castable immediately, and we can use study break to get expand anatomy.
I think we bring back Exodus and they just scoop, and that's value.
All right, I'm down for making our opponent scoop.
Wow, my play.
Yeah, Loading Ready Run is good. I enjoy like this huge universe of like Magic content that exists, like compared to the actual size of the game is impressive to me.
Right, I should actually circle back to that. So I've been watching all the Friday night skits. I found like a playlist, been going through them, and one of them involves like the concept of like they have like little custom cards at the beginning, and one of them I think was basically a card that ends up functionally equivalent to Silverquill Silencer, where it's just like you name, when this ETB is, you name a card. You can still, your opponent can still play the card, but like we really suggest that you don't. No, like actually, seriously, it will be bad for you if you don't. And Silverquill Silencer is actually just that, but functional.
Exactly, it does play a little. It's like a very much a custom Magic style effect. Yeah, so Fiesta Ball, yeah, I think aggro does happen quite a bit. And
I would like to put several counters
on some
a
stuff. Yep. Seems.
I guess we can also put them on a Pledge Mage, but it still gets to attack here, so I don't really care.
If we put this on, And Pledge Mage gets to trade with one of their things, which seems... If we put the counters on Pledge Mage, yeah, they have to block it anyway. It doesn't even trade. It just straight up runs through them, so let's do that. Yeah, I like some of the MTG running parodies. I would say the last one I watched, there was like a Banalish Marshal on the battlefield as part of the joke, and the lands in the battlefield could not have cast Banalish Marshal, and it bothered me way more than it should have.
I need realism in my comedy.
Anyway, so for our opponent, okay, yeah, our opponent is correctly given up. This deck seems pretty good. Like, pretty happy with the two different kinds of games we played there.
I actually kind of think this is better than the other deck because...
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in like trying to build the other deck just to see what we can come up with, given kind of the motley assortment of cards we're looking at. But this is like smooth as heck.
You want to fire one more with this and then build the other one?
Yeah, we can try going back and forth a little bit. Anyway, I should also say thank you Woods Joneses and Ghoul Magus for following the stream. I think I'm not getting my little follow notifications here because Kanye is on. But
wow. Sure.
No, I didn't hear those. Normally I would hear those. I don't know what. I mean, it's something that I set up wrong probably.
We need to become...
Oh, there we go. I heard that. Maybe I just heard it and ignored it. Blasia, thanks for the follow. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
We need to become...
So let's think about it. We have eight black sources and swamps. We also have Professor of Symbology to get environmental sciences. We have Double Study Break, which can get environmental sciences in a pinch. And we're on the draw. I think we keep under all those conditions.
Oh my god. Ugh.
We also have Heated Debates, which give us things to do. Like 2 copies of Heated Debate, plus a bunch of other white spells. It's like things have to go like pretty badly for this hand to turn out non-functional.
We did it. We drew a 2-drop that we could play, and eventually we'll draw a land that we can let us play the rest of our cards.
We got 2 more follows. Drock of Ages and Emerge Your Mind. Thank you for following. I like that Emerge Your Mind just sounds like propaganda for Emrakul. Should I kill one of these? We're killing one.
We're gonna make Innistrad great again.
I think we just play Pilgrim this turn and then we kill Plarg next turn.
I would much rather play Pilgrim.
Yeah, we play Pilgrim and then we kill Plarg before Plarg gets to start casting free spells. Plarg is pretty spooky, I agree.
See this? The value here? We get 1 more plains out of the deck, which means it increases our odds of drawing swamps relative to plains.
Also true, man. It's all math. It's all math. Do you think our opponent suspects that we're manascrewed given the Killian sleeves?
No, I think they probably just think we like Killian.
I mean, he is he's actually just straight Malfoy. He doesn't really have redeeming qualities per se in the story that I've seen.
I have not read the story, but he has really great hair.
He does have good hair. That is a bit redemptive. It's true. Also just an absolute bomb of a card.
Yeah, he's really strong.
Like Killian and Standard Postbone Crusher. Let's do it. That will be pretty funny. I can't wait to see like what the stats are and like how many like 2-mana 2/2s get played post Bone Crusher. We just like see the flowering. It turns out that every good card they've got printed in the last few years has just been a 2-mana 2/2.
They'll just print another Bone Crusher. Don't worry.
Oh wait, Plarg is already active with the Kelpie Guide, and it can be used as an instant, which I didn't realize. We drew a Lorehold Campus. That makes me a little.
Factor first, for sure. That's just 4 free damage if they want to do the Plarg thing.
Yeah, I mean they could just hit a creature that trades with our creatures. Whatever, you get 2 for 1. It's not the end of the world. Let me just kill it now because it pumps first here.
Now.
It pumps first here. Maybe we get attack first. Let's attack first. If they hit something that like, because if they hit something that like can actually block one of my creatures, well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Is Cardboard live on? That's a good question. The answer is yes. It should be.
The answer is.
Oh wait, no, we get to do this now. That's much better.
Oh, broken.
Yeah, get him.
Get out of here, dude.
Nice turn cycle. Rummage for me, baby. Rummage for me.
Ooh. Ooh, I like how that, like, neither of us thought of it, but as soon as it was there, it was like, what an absolute blowout in this scenario.
Opponent rummaged away the rummaging. So they can't rummage while they rummage anymore. I guess they don't. I guess they don't like rummaging.
Is that like the exhibit? Are you doing the exhibit meme? Like yo dog, I put some rummage.
That
in
was the
rummage.
attempt, you know. I'm always memeing in some direction. All right, so we have 8 swamps. We've got 2 study breaks and Professor of Symbology still. We're getting like pretty close to Rise of X just being castable and just grabbing environmental sciences. We've got Return Past Colors getting pretty close to being castable. We're still at 20.
I feel like referencing old memes is a way to alienate both Zoomers and Boomers.
Is Yodog even old? I feel like that meme is like 3 years old. I mean, it's older than that, but I've seen it used frequently as of 3 years. Oh dear. Okay, well, so it goes. It's old, but it's like it's still current, it's still fresh. I insist.
Hey, chat, do me a favor. Tell me, do you know what meme he's talking about? And if you do, are you over the age of 25? See? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Mestastic knows he's 31. There you go.
Okay, dodged a bullet with that one. And, hey, now we're talking. Unfortunately, this doesn't really do anything.
As we're also, like, pretty in that age range. Don't worry about it.
So we're going to need Rise of X just for, like, heated debate to really get things going here. And for our opponent not to have Elemental Mastery this turn would also be great. Elemental Masterpiece, whatever you call it. Oh, well, I don't have any spells anyway. That's fine. That's fine.
Actually, kind of... I think we, like, if we get, what's the card? The 2 mana...
Study Break?
Lifelink. The one that gives lifelink and 2 counters, I'm pretty sure we win this game.
Alright, Essence Infusion Spectre, we'll see. Heard it here first. Does just kind of get smacked around by Barbarian books or a Kelpie guy just tapping things, but...
The internet is telling me that meme cropped up in 2007.
I mean, I'm not saying it started recently. I'm just saying I feel like it was still heavily quoted relatively recently.
Hello, Bottle Brush.
Hello, Bottle Brush.
Better question. Can anyone in chat spell exhibit the way he spells it?
Just old people on Twitter, Mestastic, okay? The answer is old people on Twitter.
Choose with the correct answer.
Okay, well, unfortunately they have one archaic, so I can't get rid of their rare is stopping us from getting rid of their other rare this turn. The question is, do I just freaking bite the bullet?
I think we just play the pass caller and try to race.
Like play it as just a 4/2 flyer?
Yep, it's a 4/2.
It is a 4/2 flyer. Okay.
Yep, X to the Z. We've got someone who actually listened to Exhibit's music, which is wild to me because I thought that was kind of just me.
Alright, 4/2 flyer has been called. We got multiple flyers. We got Mage Hunter. Are we going to get Bury and Booksted here? Are they going to bury us in the books? It seems like they wanted to. Alright, well, let's do this.
I think we gotta go for it here. Our spells are all bad anyway because of Archaic.
Yeah, next turn we'll just draw a land, and if we don't draw a land, we'll draw a spell. You know, one of those things will happen. We even have our tap land out of the way, so I'm not going to draw our tap land.
Played NFL Street 2 on GameCube. Okay, Aaron, so now that you see what range we're talking about here.
Okay, our opponents cast Pigment Storm, and they went after Mage Hunter instead of Past Caller, which I guess does make sense because they're about to attack us with a whole panoply of 4/4s. But I have a lifelinker. Like, I think this is okay. So we block this thing.
Go to 2. Do we block with Past Caller?
I think I'm supposed to block with Past Caller. I mean, this is lethal damage. I can block with Fanatic, go to 3, but then only take for 6.
Archaic, and then
Archaic becomes a 4/4. I don't think I want to block Archaic because it becomes a 4/4.
Wait, I'm sorry. What am I missing here?
They use the Elemental Expressionist ability so that when this leaves the battlefield, it becomes a 4/4.
Yeah.
So I think we just block here, and I think we block Kelpie Guide. I mean, I don't have to block Kelpie Guide. I can attack with Leech Fanatic instead. But I go to 5. They have 2 4/4s. I hopefully draw a land, Rise of X is one of the 4/4s, and then...
But then we need the land in order to...
Or I go to 3, but then I can attack with Leech Fanatic, go back up to 5, but then they attack and kill me. Yeah, I think we have to block Kelpie Guide. Sadly, it would be great to be able to get Expanded Enemy and put it on the Fanatic, but I think I don't want to lose to removal spell next turn. Okay.
Hey,
we're in. We're doing some things. Let's
We're going to 1.
we're going to 1. There's a lot of burn in this format. We'll see. Let's take, I guess Pigment Storm is the card that deals direct damage out of their graveyard. And we'll take a Pest Summoning?
Pest Summoning seems reasonable.
Anatomy does, assuming they have no removal, Anatomy does give us like a giant monster.
But I think Anatomy only gets really good in the case that we draw the 2-drop Essence Infusion.
I think we get Pest Summoning and hope they're really staying on the ground. We are dead to a lot of things, though. I expect
It's
we're
a
at least
Pest Summoning and Prey situation.
Yes.
We're dead to so much.
Yep. Let's see. Maybe it'll be something fancy like Prismari Command. Okay, that doesn't do it. Doesn't quite do it. So we get to
summoning. And
so I can Silver Quill Apprentice Pest Summoning attack for 3, or I can Pest Summoning Drain. Probably supposed to be Pest Summoning Drain.
That puts us dead to a removal spell.
That's true, but they... Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. Like, they didn't have a removal spell last turn. Well, I guess...
This puts them to 8. I guess this also makes it hard for them to attack with 2 creatures if they don't have a creature of their own. It makes us not do a removal spell. I think I like this, but it is pretty close.
It's close. This one does 1 less damage, but we are not dead to removal. So
and gains us, 2 less life, but life gain doesn't matter too much when other stuff's lethal anyway. This also like puts us in position to maybe just draw Study Break and kill them.
Yeah, it does.
Yep. So I like that. Of course, Study Break doesn't kill them unless we also get to cast Expanded Anatomy, so I'm not going to be scrying here. Alright, you want to play some creatures and lose to Study Break?
Maybe they just play nothing and have lands.
Okay, that's also pretty good. Study Break could still get there, potentially. Oh, maybe not. Alright, we finally ran into the fabled double curve deck. Alright, that's fine.
The Sam Black deck.
Yeah, so I don't know if we went that on mulligan. If we had the black mana earlier, maybe there was a better shot. It was pretty close despite double curve.
Yeah, they did draw the curves late, and we drew our black mana very late. I really don't know about keeping that hand, but I don't know if that's just being a little results oriented here.
Hard to say. Also, I never did pay out the prediction from before. We're gonna start one more prediction.
Oh my god, I was supposed to remind you about
You were supposed to remind me. I put my faith in you. All right, we're playing one more game with this, and then we'll switch over to the other build. Chat, make sure we switch over and try the other deck after this one.
All right, new prediction. Will we win this game? You need to change your time for prediction.
Away from 2 minutes to something shorter?
As someone who games this stuff, you just wait until it's turn 3 by the time you actually have to make the prediction.
I mean, it takes like a minute to queue into anybody.
Sure.
And I feel like even if we show people like opening hand data, it's like, yeah, that adjusts your prediction, but just also, as long as people are like predicting relatively rationally, it doesn't really let them game. They can just like bet the thing they think is going to happen, but just makes the betting more appealing for people on the other side. There's a hand. There's a fucking hand. Love this hand.
I don't like that we're on the draw.
I don't like that part, but considering that we had to be on the draw, it just makes us more likely to hit our 3rd land in time. Oh yeah, this card's in our deck.
Oh wow, forgot about that.
It's a good card.
We also haven't seen a professor all game in our 3 games.
Yep, Bolt's here now. Oh, well,
that seems really good.
That's going to be an interesting one to fight off. All right, I think we Professor later? Just get 1st year down here?
Because we have Pilgrim, yes.
Yeah. So, presumably their whole thing is going to be playing Inkling Summoning and throwing a Poet's Quill on it. We have Flunk. Or they're going to do that, which is actually kind of fine. It's not great. It's kind of fine. All right.
That's rough. I don't know.
So I could attack with 1st year. If they block, I can flunk their thing. I think we just play Pilgrim, though. I mean, I could attack with 1st year, see if they bite. Take the bait.
Get 2 damage for free if we do attack here.
Yeah, I mean, if they block, I don't love having to flunk their thing before they've spent mana Poet's Quilling something, but if they do Poet's Quill it, we just we have to kill it anyway later. It's like takes more effort. Let's just go
and
in.
that card is a card we're going to have to kill. I think they're never blocking this because of the 1 and a white combat trick, Beaming Defiance.
Hopefully so. All right, let's do this. We're gonna take 4 with lifelink. Yeah, the thing about the various teamer shaped decks is those decks can actually beat Poet's Quill. It is sad that there are some rares that even your good Silver Quill aggro deck is probably not going to beat. But I mean, we're not dead yet. We have Essence Infusion. We can pull something out maybe. It's more that they have this Vigilance creature.
We're like reasonably in this, in the context of, yeah, we won't win the life race, but we could very reasonably develop a board that is difficult for them to deal with, then answer the 4/4 with a flunk at some point.
Yeah. Poet's Quill just counters flunk so smoothly. Got me. Alright, you want to somehow play 2 spells so I can flunk that? Nope.
Ugh.
Well, their deck's pretty good. Okay.
It is quite good.
It's pretty good deck you got there, buddy. Alright, what are we doing? We've got Mage Hunter, we've got Professor plus Essence Infusion, we've got...
We just play 2 dudes.
We can just play 2 dudes and build a big board for unclear purposes, but we'll have a big board.
It might just be like, they might just not attack. I'm not really sure.
I mean, I think they attack and are happy trading off against 2 of our creatures, even if they don't have a combat trick, and they could easily have a combat trick.
I think we're very happy trading like Pilgrim Professor for that guy.
Yeah, if they don't have the trick, we just get blown out.
Yeah, I mean, we probably might not. We might not block, but you know.
I think I just like Mage Hunter, which allows us to at least endeavor to double block safely against the thing. It's possible we're supposed to press her and go get environmental sciences or something there. We'll see. Yeah, they are doing a really good job of staying out of flunk range.
We just gotta get to the point where flunk is on against that card, and then the game is no longer horrific.
This is true. Maybe they'll play another spell here. All right, they're hesitating like someone who doesn't have a trick for their Warsinger. Great. All right.
Yeah.
If we're stopping them from attacking with Poet's Quill, I'm incredibly happy with that outcome. All right, so we can Professor of Symbology. We can get like an expanded anatomy and throw it on Mage Hunter. That seems kind of decent. They'd have to double block it to get rid of it, and I'm happy trading it for 2 of their creatures here. Because if we can flunk their Inkling, then maybe it's hard for them to put Poet's Quill on anything that's that scary. Could also just Silver Quill Apprentice and Essence Infusion. No, I think I like Professor Anatomy here.
Expanded Anatomy is quite strong.
Yeah, just make a big Mage Hunter. I don't think there's really 2 mana cards that kill it.
Yeah,
and
they can double block if they, like, I guess, feel the need.
Yeah, but if they have Poet's Quill, I'm pretty happy to seeing 2 of their creatures go away.
Yep. Whoa, that's not the...
Do they have a Death Touch trick?
Is this a major mark?
No, I think they just misclicked. Maybe my best bet. Yeah, they did. They did not move the Quill to the Flyer. Which, I mean, they had a 4/4 lifelink blocker that way against my 3/4, which is like not an unreasonable way to spend a turn, I guess. But MSR Fancy Pants, I agree, it's suspicious.
I don't actually think it's suspicious. I think they just made a mistake.
Okay, or they made a mistake.
Like that would be my read on the situation based on how they played and the way Priority played out.
All right, now I'm fairly confused by what's going on.
Yeah, now I don't really know what's going on.
Well, Beaming Defiance is neat. We're just gonna Essence.
We have a lot of attacks here, and I actually want to stop and think about this.
Yeah, this is the stupid math board. I hate math. Okay.
You're literally the math guy.
But am I? All right, we've got. So an appealing move is to like throw an Essence Infusion on this Mage Hunter and attack for 7 points of lifelink. It does let them attack back with Warsinger.
On something else that maybe messes up their blocks a little more?
Yeah, I mean, we can throw Essence Fusion on something else and trade with Warsinger.
I don't know. The default play is just put it on a Mage Hunter, whatever. And that's fine.
Yeah, there's a world where I like kind of want to be able to cast Flunk and then get it back with Pass Caller if we draw a land.
Be careful of your rope, dude.
Oh, okay. We have 0 timeouts. Alright, let's just do the level 1 play and see what happens to us. Hold up Beaming Defiance, hold up Flunk, get in for a bunch of damage. Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
Alright.
gross.
Nope, it's fine.
Gross.
They get some lifelink back in, but
I'm a big fan of 9/10s.
alright, swing of Weaker first year here too, I guess.
Why?
Oh wait, no, they get to. Oh wait, they get something back out of the graveyard with this Warsinger. That's what this card does. Never mind. We're not talking about that. We need to be able to double block Warsinger.
Yeah, and also they would just block it with like Professor of Symbology.
Yeah. Just thinking like it's cool to be able to trade off and they have Poet's Quill, but no, we need to be able to block Warsinger. This thing having an ability is terrible.
Someday they'll play some cards and we can flunk this.
There, we can flunk it now.
Let's go.
Okay, Tenured Inkcaster is
It's gotta go on the 2/1, right? Yeah. Okay.
okay. If they put it on Warsinger, I would have been forced to triple block it, but I'm glad they didn't go with that plan. All right, that's neat.
Okay, so we
can Silver Quill Apprentice flunk this turn, or we can just play a Pass Color's turn and put an Expanded Anatomy on it.
I think I prefer getting flunked back at this stage of the game. So I'm into the Silver Quill Apprentice flunk line, but we attack with Mage Call Hunter first to see if they chump with anything. I think that's
Yeah, I was thinking we could play Silver Quill Apprentice first, and then if we attack and they don't block, we get to flunk the Warsinger and draw.
Oh yeah, no, that's
gain an extra
fine.
point of damage, but it might be worth
No,
it just
like
to mess up their attacks.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine to play the Silver Quill Apprentice, just because overwhelmingly they're going to be blocking with the Dusk Mage here. It won't really matter, but maybe they don't.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. We kill that thing. We can kill Warsinger. Do we kill Warsinger now in case of a Beaming Defiance or something? It does let them move Poet's Quill to the Inkling, though. So
How blown out do we get if
it's Beaming Defiance?
I think we don't. I think we don't get blown out because of Past Caller, so I'm happy to wait.
Okay, yeah, I think it's fine. They could have also some kind of pump spell that's not Beaming Defiance, but most of those, alright, they're just going down in cards in hand.
Yeah, like even if they play the pump spell that isn't Beaming Defiance.
They're casting this thing pre-combat for some reason. This is all making Flunk look better and better.
Oh, they're gonna move it over, right?
And if they move it over, I will kill the Inkling. Just,
I don't know if that. I guess
when we're getting, given that we're getting it back next turn, I do kill something this turn. I think that something is going to be the
always blocking the worst. Okay, yeah.
thing that gives a bunch of life.
Yeah.
And we're going to do it before they attack here. They attack with Warsinger. We have plenty of blocks for that.
Yep. Yikes.
All right. It looks like we might be able to have Valley of the Poet's Quill.
Yeah.
Mage Hunter doing impressive work. They do get to equip it now.
For a second, I thought they were gonna pass to the end of the turn without re-equipping.
Okay, definitely our most interesting game of the set so far. A lot going on. This card's really good.
That card is so good. It is unbelievable. Like, you look at me, you're just like, oh, that's a 6-mana 4/2 flyer. Just like the best card in Lorehold. Like, outside of Hoffrey, maybe.
Velomachus.
Yeah, okay. Outside of the ridiculous mythics.
Outside of the ridiculous mythics, then it's quite possibly the best. I like Warsinger too, but I think
I don't think it's good though. Warsinger requires more things to get done, and Lorehold is actually kind of bad at being a beatdown deck a lot of the time.
yeah, I'll say if our opponent had a single pump spell at any point this game, this Warsinger would have eaten our lunch. Had this game back Professor of Symbology. Opponent considering the triple block skis?
That is wild.
Nope. They are off it. Okay, we still need them not to have a combat trick for one more turn, but
Do we?
I think so. If they can make this like a 6/6, we're gonna lose a lot of creatures blocking it out of fear. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, I mean, what
It's a
other
little
combat
annoying.
trick for 1B or 1R or 1 white are we thinking of?
I mean, there's Beaming Defiance and even stuff like Essence Fusion would be pretty annoying. This is fine. So we're just fighting this value erase. I can flunk the Rescuer and just get him with Past Color, which kind of forces them to attack or die, and then we have Mage Hunter to eat their attackers. So that seems good. Kind of hoping they don't get Intro to Annihilation here. Intro to Annihilation or like a second Inkling Summoning would be pretty annoying.
I don't even think it's that bad.
It's not that bad.
The game.
It like messes with my. That's fine.
Prophecy.
Prophecy. Okay, not terribly surprised to see this attack. Their graveyard has a 3-drop in it, so I guess a double block with.
I mean, it's just Silver Quill Apprentice and Eager First Year. What? It does trample.
It's trample, but it only hits me for 2. It only gets the card back if it has.
Yeah.
So we do this. It can get itself back too, so we can never let you deal 3 damage to us. But we do this block. These are our worst creatures. We keep the Magecrafty guys around. I think this is correct.
For some reason, I thought it was when it deals damage, you just get a spell.
a creature. Yeah, no, it's cool. All right, that's gone. We get eventually we get the Pilgrim Engine online. We can.
Are we positive about flunking? Yeah, we probably are.
I think we do flunk the Rescuer. Yeah. And dead in 3 turns. We have Mage Hunter, which just eats their lunch.
Rescuer, play Poet, swing 7/8/4/2, get more damage on it because of the Apprentice.
Yeah. We get to pump the Past Color here, which is lovely. Could even swing with Eager First Year. And we can even swing with Apprentice, too. Like, honestly, every creature they trade off just seems like very good for us.
If we do that, we give them a guaranteed attack with the Quill next turn.
I mean, not if we're. I mean, we're not attacking with Mage Hunter because we want Mage Hunter to block. I think we don't want them. I mean, we could attack. I guess we could attack with Mage Hunter. They're forced to chump.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Never mind. The forced chump actually seems great. Let's.
We just send team.
Oh, it can. I'm pretty sure it can get itself back while we're still. I've done that before. I think I've done that before. If it's impossible, then I guess I haven't done it before. Yes, we do this. We could have attacked with the rest of the team too, I guess. Yeah, that attack was probably a little lazy. Probably not the best move we had, but
We've been a little lazy for most of this game, I
I
think.
think we're in okay shape. I think we played okay. Definitely one of those games where like if only I were PvE DDR, maybe I'd be coming up with other lines.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of like a musical. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. What do you have? That one. Okay. It is a little awkward though that they are now tasting down 5 attackers and they have to. I think they just have to trade with everything.
Yeah, we just go.
Just like everybody's in. I think everybody's in today, and then they take 1 off of their D-Spark. All right, everybody in the club getting tipsy. Hey there, Tammy. Yeah, this is just throwback. It's just throwback day. They go to legit 1. No, they lose all their creatures.
Yeah, they lose all their creatures.
That doesn't seem recoverable. I mean, they could have D-Spark plus creature plus equip Poet Scroll to the creature.
I guess they could have like D-Spark plus land plus second pass caller. I think that would be.
I mean, then they still lose to me just attacking them because their pass caller has to trade.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
It's a Pilgrim of the Ages that we're getting back. I swear to God, we're getting it back.
It's good stuff. Crux
Hello,
of
Sammy.
There's also Crux of Fate. Yes, that's correct. But well, nice Poet's Quill.
I see they've opted to take damage here, which I appreciate.
They decided the D-Spark was not going to do it. Day of Judgment is also castable here.
That's a card.
Settle the Wreckage doesn't exist. You can't fool me that easily.
I still have PTSD from that card, so you could definitely fool me that easily.
It would be pretty funny if they just reprinted as Mystical Archive. It's like, it's so much more a meme than it is a playable card. And I enjoy that. I think our opponent's just dead and is doing random things. The double top doesn't really mean much. There's no card in the set that gets them out of this. Yeah. All right. A cool 3-1. We can try building the other deck. This is a deck I'd be pretty.
The problem. Like, I don't want to play the other deck. I think this deck rules.
All right, let's pay out a prediction.
Yeah, predictions. Let's go.
All right, believers. are rewarded. Non-believers are in shambles. All right. Well. I mean, here we can put this one back if the teamer deck sucks.
No, it's fine. It was a bluff. I mean, like.
I mean, it wasn't. It was just they had nothing to
Yeah.
do and they were dead.
I saw Grzegorz Kowalski or Leash playing against Ginky. Leave something on top with a the 2-mana scry enchantment in Sultai against mono white to trick Ginky into thinking it was a removal spell so that he wouldn't attack, buying Leash an extra turn to cast EE. It was so sick. It was disgusting.
Engineer explosives?
No, Extinction Event.
Ah, okay. I'm like, hey, what arena format was this?
No. It was absolutely disgusting. But the reason it worked was because in context, the only thing he would top there is a removal spell. There needs to be like an actual thing you are bluffing in order to be bluffing.
Yes.
Like, and in this case, there was not a thing. It was just leaving stuff on top. Maybe my opponent concedes or disconnects, which it's always a good line.
Sometimes, 50% of the time it works every time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this monstrosity of a deck, which presents more of a challenge than building the Silver Quill deck. Not playing Grape Shot. I don't think so. Are you supposed to play? Actually, this card's probably fine. I don't know about.
It does damage, right?
It does. It's kind of like, medium shock. It works off your opponent's spells. Yeah, I never draft it because I just draft it so much lower than other people do. But I should at least consider it.
Medium shock.
We need to become Aaron Gudler tonight. That's the goal.
Norwazy, thanks for the follow. All right, so we got this whole pile of stuff. What do we do?
Wow, it's medium plus shock.
So the colors we're doing here, I think it makes sense to be kind of like hardcore teamer with a light white splash, because that way we get to play Draconic Intervention. And blue and green give us Quandrix Apprentice on turn 2, that sort of thing.
I don't know if our mana supports this.
Yeah, double campus plus. I mean, it'll be a little ugly, for sure. It'll be maybe more than a little ugly. Like thinking like teamer splashing just the past colors. I think the problem is we probably can't splash Rise of Exodus responsibly.
That is actually specifically the card I was thinking about, where it's like I don't think we have that ability, but who knows?
Yeah, so we do get the Quandrix Command is messed up. Tome Shredder doesn't make the deck without Quintorius. So we're like control in our finishers instead of being big freckles. The finishers return past color. We might play.
I don't necessarily, like that's the thing that turns me off about this deck. If we had like the 5 and a green spell or some Serpentine Curves, I would be much more interested in this. But right now, it just feels like we're doing too much to try to get into colors that did not give us the good common.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, Quandrix Apprentice is very good. Simone is very good. Draconic Intervention is very good sometimes.
Like, this is just a test of, like, how good exactly is just being in blue-green. Like, we just do, like, in blue-green, and that's just, like, what we're supposed to do every time?
Yeah, it's a real question. I mean, I would say it's blue-green when we have, like, one of the better rares in the set to, like, tempt us and then rebuy multiple times. Past Color plus Quandrix Command is also a pretty funny loop. Not that it's likely to come up, but always funny to have those.
Playable off of RR. I don't think we're gonna have RR a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing our medium 3-drops here. This is very much like play the good cheap interactive cards, ramp a bit, have some removal, and eventually kill them with like a return past color and a Sneak Skin Veil backup. Snow Day probably doesn't actually
kill them with Grape Shot. You mean?
Or kill them with Grape Shot. It's also an option. So either Helix is also kind of funny with past color in a couple of directions.
Snow Day is just like better than Ether Helix, right?
I guess Snow Day is better than Ether Helix. You're probably right. Sampaio Helio, thanks for the follow. Like, you can use Ether Helix to get back Return Past Color, which then gets back Ether Helix.
Okay, we're going too far. Like, we won't even be doing that with Quandrix.
I mean, this is, like, actually more reasonable, because the idea is you cast this, you get back Ether Helix, they have to attack and, you know, trade with their Past Color, and then you cast Ether Helix, bouncing one of the things and getting back Past Color.
This is our answer to the decks that run all the fractals. You could talk me into that.
I mean, that's kind of one answer we have to the fractals. Is Torrent Sculptor actually good enough to play? It's like, if you, let's say we have like a, okay, so if you have like a Pop Quiz that we cast as a 4/4 for 4, it is double blue, but that's still probably good enough. Or if we have like a Heated Debate we cast, it's not ever gonna really, I mean, sometimes I guess it'll be a 5/5 if we have a Barian Books. It's probably fine. I like Snakeskin Veil a lot. I don't like cutting this card. I think there's just, especially in the sealed format, there's so much fucking removal. And I just like being able to counter like a Rise of Exodus pretty reliably.
I'm actually still thinking about the Torrent Sculptor, honestly.
Yeah, Torrent Sculptor is an option to cut. Grape Shot feels like an option to cut. I know this card is fine, but, you know.
And chat said it was better than Shock, and like I have resolved to not rely on my like basic assumptions and to trust what other people say. And
the removal side of Torrent Sculptor is like vaguely it's like an incredibly unreliable removal spell. You need an instant or sorcery in your hand that's big enough to kill the thing you want to kill. So it's like a much worse heated debate in that it doesn't always deal the damage you need, and then when it does, you have to like lose a spell and draw a random card to do it.
Necklist is very sure that Grape Shot is better than Shock, and that definitely seems like something worth testing out.
All right, let's drop Shock. This is definitely we're here to test things out.
Yeah.
What else? What's the last cut? We definitely need 17 lands. I think we even need more because we've got the Eureka moments and the subtractions to get environmental sciences early. Our creature count is 6.
Hold on, there's a good point made by MSR Fancy Pants here.
Yeah, we got Decisive Denial and Mage Duel, and we have 6 creatures, which is a slight concern.
I think Mage Duel is actually... Is this outrageous? I'm going to say something, and if it's outrageous, just tell me. I think Mage Duel is just better than Decisive Denial.
Oh, I think so. I was about to make the same conclusion.
I don't know if that's...
Oh, we can also just cut Snow Day. Never mind, we should cut Snow Day. Being silly.
Okay, yeah. I'm really down on Decisive Denial. Like, it never feels like the thing that I actually want to be doing unless I'm already winning.
Yeah, if you ask, on the one hand, Shock does make Grape Shot storm off more easily. On the other hand, if we shock a creature, how likely is it that our opponent has more creatures that are then being, like, additionally killed by our Grape Shot? Like, our opponent has to have, like, a bunch of different small creatures out in a specific configuration for that to be a really sick combo.
The other problem is the double red that's required for that.
Yeah, we also need double red for it, which is a slight issue. I mean, we are planning to get double red thanks to Draconic Intervention.
We're going to be able to do it, but like that combo would be best on, say, turn 3, and I think it's pretty unlikely we have untapped 1RR on turn 3.
Okay, so here's the thing I'm wondering about. Am I supposed to cut like Snakeskin Veil for like Magyar Battleseer? This card is much worse when we have only 6 creatures. Am I supposed to just like play some random medium creature? That could be Battleseer, it could be Vortex Runner, it could be...
I think the 1/3 and the Vortex Runner are both better than Battleseer, but... Well, I think you might be right, Joseph P.L. Priest, but we're sort of trying to learn here, and like if someone in chat is very positive that Grape Shot is really good, it's worth us investigating, I think, and that's why...
Exactly. It's like relatively easy to get it to be 2 damage spread across.
Like, it's definitely something that challenges my prior assumptions, which is good, because that's actually how you learn.
Okay, I'm down for Vortex Runner over Battleseer then. Is Vortex Runner better than Spine, Karok, and Springmane Servant? Not actually sure. It's possible that the Karok is just better. I saw K. Prinz play this card the other day, and it surprised me that it ever made a deck he had, but like 2/4 is better than 2/3, and like 8 lands is not...
I would rather play Vortex Runner.
Mestastic, you want to play Rise of Exodus in our incredibly light White Splash deck? It's certainly a bold play.
I really don't like the way our red is shaping up because it kind of demands a serious commitment.
We could cut Academic Dispute as well, I guess. We have almost no creatures. This card's...
It's past color Draconic Intervention, because most of the time we're not going to have double white, which means you're going to need double red for past color, double red for Draconic Intervention, and it's just like, I don't know how we build that mana base. We do have an Environmental Sciences, but that only goes so far, right?
Yeah, Double Eureka Moment and Quandrix Apprentice both help too.
Yeah.
In terms of just putting more cards in our hand to eventually get us to where we want to be. I'm just going to throw in one land of each type and we can mess around with the numbers later.
Honestly, the hardest part of building these decks is the mana bases.
Quite so. I mean, it's an interesting sealed format in that way. These, like, kind of hinting at playing multiple colors type formats are always interesting.
And the more we struggle with this mana base, the more I think that the aggro deck is what our pool is best suited to do. Which is really interesting in my head, because this is the first deck we came up with. Like, for the people who aren't in... Yeah, we have a Sciences. For the people who weren't here at the beginning of the stream, when we opened this pool, the first thing we did was like, all right, I guess we're in Teamer. And we ended up here. And then we took a second look, and we ended up in a Mardu aggro deck that went great. It did really well. And now that we're back building this, I actually kind of feel like the Mardu deck is a little bit better, which is...
Oh, I think it's probably quite a bit better, actually. I think we still have the creature count to really make this consistent. Anyway, our mana, I think, is surprisingly good. We were on 8 blue, 8 green, 5 red, 2 white. Plus
we just don't
Sciences.
have good cards
We
in blue
need
and
to
green.
become Aaron Gurtler.
It's crazy to think of
I think we have
this.
good cards in blue, and I think we have a bunch of good cards. They just don't form a good plan in the same way that the Martyr deck had a good plan. Like,
Yes,
we're
like,
stalling. We can stall things. We can kill small things. We can bounce big things. We can sweep. We have value. It's like a bunch of things that are abstractly all fine, but the question is, put together into a deck, do they make sense?
Yeah,
and do we just get beaten down by the decks that are doing the same thing we're doing, except they go much bigger?
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, we don't have the 5 and a green make a fractal spell. We don't have Serpentine Curve. And that means that in the functional mirror, we get run over.
Unless we Ether Helix / Barian Books plus Past Caller and just wreck our opponent's fractals, plus Quandrix Command. We have a lot of ways to handle big fractals. Yeah, I mean, so we're on 7 creatures, which I think is fine. 7 creatures, 2 fight spells. We have Elemental Summoning as well. If we were to add creatures, like what creatures are supposed to add? Reckless Amplemancer? Magyar Battleseer? I could Active Dispute for Shock, which is one way of, like, not getting punished by our lack of creatures. Nemesis Campus Guide is I mean, we could throw in Campus Guide. I still think the card is pretty bad. Unless you, like, desperately need it. And I feel like if our deck has mana that's so bad it needs a Campus Guide, I'm kind of not interested in the deck anymore.
I mean, I'm already kind of not interested in the deck.
Let's try it for one game.
Sure, no, we should try this out, because I could just be misevaluating it, and that's...
Yeah, I'm not as worried about our lack of board presence. We have like 5 removal spells, including an actual sweeper.
Yeah, this deck just really misses the big fractal cards. That's what it is.
Yeah, let's...
Great deck if we had them.
Let's try it out, yeah. I predict this deck is worse than the Martyr deck, and we're going to go back to that after like a game. But I think it's worth to test and see, like, okay, how bad is this mana actually? How good is Double Past Caller as just our main plan for the end game? When we have Double Eureka Moment to, like, you know, churn through our deck and find them. Well, that's an answer of a kind. Quandrix Apprentice, though, is pretty freaking sick.
Yeah, and then they'll be so surprised when we play the Returned Past Caller on, like, turn 12, because that's how long it took for us to get white, red.
It didn't shock the Quandrix Apprentice, that's the first time. 12 Bridge, if I had success with Test... I mean, Test of Talents is just a straightforward good card. This format has literally half of your cards in your deck are instants and sorceries. Getting to see your opponent's library is very good for, like, planning out future turns. It's especially good in Best of 3, which we'll be playing on day 2 if we get that far. And yeah, just, I mean, often your opponent will, like, play a card that learns and then sets up a giant instant sorcery in your hand. You just get to hold up Test of Talents and know they have a target. It's quite a good card. Anyway,
this is sort of the exact thing I was talking about, though, because, like, this hand, if we had any of the fractal spells in our deck, I would be like, oh, we win. We just don't, though. And so, like, I am a little suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably just going to be, like, darn it.
Oh.
It's probably just going to be, like, a turn 2 cast Quandrix Apprentice and, like, win the game later, because it already drew us a card. It's going to draw us more cards. We have a Barian Books to stop whatever threat our opponent deigns to cast here. Or they have no threats because they're just like us. Yeah, just do that.
I'm a big fan of Scrylands.
Also, Greendale Human Being, great username, and I did not thank you for the follow before, but thank you for the follow.
The Greendale Human Beings.
Yep, so opponent's doing the same thing we're doing, and it's working so far. I'm hoping that next turn they go like 6th land, Leyline Invocation triumphantly. Yeah, okay. I mean...
Our Quandrix Apprentice is just absolutely stuck in the library, man.
Just getting, like, buried in books repeatedly. We do get to just scry right to it, though.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, Chef.
Yeah, I think I'll just take the Apprentice back and make them...
Are they playing Approach? We would lose to that, I think.
We have Test of Talents.
Oh yeah, we would beat that.
We can theoretically beat Approach. Alright, I mean, do I bury it myself?
Yes. This is a huge punt, but I think it's extremely funny.
I mean, I draw a card, in theory.
No, it's sick. Doesn't it just put it to the bottom, though?
It puts it on top of my library, and then I get the thing first. Alright, let's do this because it's funny.
Like, we just lose to the Fractal spell, but, like, sure.
Swish. I mean, we have pass colors, and we're slowly getting to the point where we have so much mana we can just do whatever we want. Oh, we should have scryed pre-combat. That was really dumb. We could have played the Apprentice this turn. That was very silly. Oh well. Reb, thanks for the follow.
Oh, see, there it is. It's not Jim D. Punt. This time it's Numot.
Yeah.
There we go. Good
Different
bot.
thing. Also, yeah. So I said thanks to Reb. Have they got the fractal thingy? No. Okay, well, let's do this old song and dance again.
For the fourth time, Quandrix Apprentice hits the battlefield. And
It's hard not to read this as kind of like a... Nah, I was going to say it could be... You know what? You did it. You did it. You win.
Make sure you set your upkeep stop before, like, go to the battlefield and set your upkeep stop. Ah, okay.
Let's see if they have any removal left.
Oh my god.
All right. You dealt with the Apprentice. Can you deal with the Prodigy?
That guy got buried in books 3 times, and then Pigment Storm. This is a tough life. This is a messed up school.
Oh, you got a mage? You got a mage duel, buddy? All right. We're
outstanding. We are gonna get so serpentine curved. It's actually not funny.
Well, we're gonna draw Ether Helix off Simone. It's gonna be fine.
Ah, yeah.
This is a seal pool. Yep. All right. Let's go. Brainstorm. I mean, that's a card. Sure.
It's a card.
Do I kill this Prismari Pledge Mage?
No. Right?
I mean, we can wait. We can wait on killing it. We don't have to kill it now.
I don't care right now.
All right.
All that matters is Simone living.
Nope. No chance. All right. I will get rid of this thing because it seems like it's their only presence right now. And I mean, let's say we have a bunch of Scrylands. Start scrying until we hit return past color.
Yes, and then we will eventually just get a bunch of Variant books back.
Yep. You know what? I'll take a 3/3 unblockable.
Yeah, that does damage, sure.
Does damage.
Does damage and it lets us scry. That's fine.
Eventually we'll have a target for shock.
We're gonna Helix back our Apprentice and he's gonna get buried again.
This is definitely quite something.
I love Divide by Zero. I mean, I don't love that they did it to us, but I think it's a fantastic card.
Alright. Opponent has officially pulled out a reasonable threat. Let's get past color.
I hate that for us.
Oh, I like Eureka Moment, though.
Yeah.
The question is, are we just going to get milled out because they keep eating every one of our threats? We'll see. Alright, so we can Eureka Moment into past color, in theory.
I would like to try to Eureka Moment into past
See if we hit that.
Extremely good at Magic the Gathering. Oh, no, never mind. We're extremely bad at Magic the Gathering. I'm sorry.
That's alright. We now have Scrylands and Vortex Runner turned on. Alright, opponent is now eventually gonna... I don't know.
Do we just take this trade with the shock? No, we don't, because we want to scry.
I would like to scry, yeah. We have past colors. Teach by okay, is this gonna be the summoning thing? Alright. Kanye may have been right about our eventual fate. Okay. A card, please.
Oh, man.
It's not going to be easy, but...
That's tough.
It's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be an easy one. We need them to be out of stuff now.
Have to get past caller right now.
We do have to find past caller. Yes, we have 2 copies. We have one on the bottom of the deck, I guess. Oh wait, we have 2 of them. We know exactly where our past callers are.
So we're
dead. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, we're not close.
To be fair, I don't think our Martyr deck would have beaten Quadruple Barian Books either.
Probably not, but
Quadruple Barian Books, Double Pigment Storm, Heated Debate into Double Serpentine Curve.
Here is actually, I think, better for the Mardu deck because our deck never beats cards and Serpentine Curve.
Yeah, I kind of want to try this deck one more time. I was impressed by how it played out. We were able to, work around our opponent's very good pool and even have chances at the end if we hadn't happened to bottom both of our past callers early.
Yeah, I'm with it. I just think that, like, they probably have, like, more Serpentine Curves in there.
Yeah, we also weren't even dead that game. We could have maybe found Quantum Command. I don't remember if it was back in our library or not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I'm down to try it one more time. Let's pay out the prediction here. Try it one more time. If we lose, then we don't get to play the Martyr deck, and I guess it's very sad. We can at least build another sealed pool. Wow.
Yeah.
The no's were 100% on that one. Just absolute resentment for the deck.
Maybe we shouldn't have spent the whole time talking about how the Martyr deck was better.
Alright, well, we're going in again. Let's see. I mean, we mulliganed that game too. To be fair, we're going to mulligan some amount with this deck, but I still think, considering everything, I was impressed with the performance it put up against the absolute busted sealed pool of the gods.
Hey, Aaron, this hot take reward. Let's talk about that. Let's get some people talking about your hot take rewards.
I don't know. I'm just experimenting with it. I figured that I'm known as a pretty mild and moderate guy, and I could maybe, do some paid rants. I'm mostly just trying to think of amusing things to give to people who are already like VIPs and don't have anything else to spend their points on.
For sure.
So far, it's been like weird, but it's led to some semi-interesting conversations.
Sure. I'm bringing it up because, hey, chat, if you gamble, you can make Aaron yell about stuff.
Why not Stip Dressman's test it? Because I like winning. I don't know. I don't know. This is a pretty serious stream. I'm trying to, like, when I'm playing, I'm usually trying to ladder or practice for a tournament or something. In fact, like 100% of the time, I'm basically trying to ladder or practice for a tournament, unless there's some fun brawl-type format up or whatever.
Aaron's never had fun in his life. He doesn't understand the true magic of playing Momir Basic.
Well, Master Shake, yeah, the Barian Books were not great that game, but if we were playing the Mardu deck, they would have been very good against that deck. Do I keep this? We need blue. Probably supposed to mull this on the draw.
Yeah, I don't actually think the Barian Books were good that game. It's more just like when we have the mirror of do-nothing Dirtle decks, they have the cards that are like Serpentine Curve and Fractal Green card, where it's just we have in those slots
we need
return
to become
past
Aaron
caller
Girdler
Aether
tonight.
Helix,
That's the
which
goal.
can theoretically answer them, but not very efficiently and kind of need a lot to go right.
Geo Tracker, thanks for the follow. Ooh, a Conspiracy Theorist. It's a good thing. Okay, Flamethrower Sonata looking kind of not a bad here, as it were.
Has anyone taken this card and just like photoshopped a bunch of like shuffler comments on it?
Oh, we drew Shock. Brutal. Okay, well.
Needing some removal. I'm a big fan of that card going away.
Okay, removal. Return past caller is not the worst way to be spending our time. If they have like a Bear Professor, we're in trouble. Nope.
Ooh, that's what I like to see.
Okay, so if I draw like Zimone or Quandrix Apprentice, I'd like to be able to cast it.
I believe in Luat Mox. They're on 3 lands. I don't know how that belief is going. Team 2 looking like a questionable decision.
Okay, so we can pick up Sciences and just cast it. We already have mana for Past Caller though, so I think we just get Elemental Summoning. Play the Mound Dev Shock up. All right, I mean, our opponent's just like mana screwed, but whatever. You know, we've been doing things every turn. We've had stuff going on. All right,
like having stuff.
And now we get to start the combo.
A combo.
I mean, okay. What are they gonna do?
In extremely loose terms, the combo.
I mean, what's a combo if it's not exactly what we're doing here? We can bounce their lands with Ether Helix. Did you know that? Not that we're gonna end up doing it, but it is pretty funny that Ether Helix can just bounce lands. Okay, we might be... I was gonna say we could bounce that. We're gonna be a little light on stuff. Let's just go with planning to bury it, I think.
Yeah, that's a very strong card. Is there anything... Do we want to bury it now?
It has to be attacking. It has to be attacking to be buried now. We could have buried it and not cast Quandrix Apprentice.
Well, I mean, I was just thinking, like, do we lose if they have a Snakeskin Veil? And the answer is, like, maybe.
Oh, it's not great if they have Snakeskin Veil for sure, but we'll try getting rid of it here.
Like, were we supposed to...
Actually, the only thing they get back is a Snakeskin Veil. Oh, no, they can cast anything. Never mind. We do lose if they have Snakeskin Veil, but fortunately they did not.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking, like, do we just play the bury full cost, pay retail on our turn? I don't know.
Okay. Brame Spoon. It seems like people have had different opinions on that. I think it's just based on kind of what your sound is turned up to. If you mean a little quiet relative to me, we can inch Kanye up a little bit.
I'm going to try moving my mic closer to myself and see if that changes anything.
Yeah. Also, GeoTracker, thanks for the follow. All right, do I just jam Elemental? I think I just jam Elemental Summoning here. I don't really feel like Ether... I mean, you could Ether Helix Blow Drop Ward and get back the... Actually, that's funny. Let's do that. Here we go. Combo.
I'm glad it helped, Uranium Spoon.
And we have land drops guaranteed for the rest of the game, so unless our opponent can somehow exile our graveyard, it's going to be, like, not trivial to get out of this.
That's a good analogy, Kevlar, man. Office Space is... The first, like, 40 minutes of Office Space is an incredible movie. And then it just sort of takes a turn, which is still good, but, like, the first 40 minutes of it is just absolutely fantastic.
Oh, look, a shock target. Love to see it.
Finally.
Oh, and look, a free Flame Painter is going to come back. Hope we can deal with that. Also, our opponent just seems to be playing straight red-green, which I do admire.
I admire that too. Not Gruul, then die. An 11-mana combo is still a combo. There's another Loading Ready Run Friday nights about this, where they argue about what is a combo and what is a synergy. I couldn't tell you.
Well, that was a combo. No, our other past caller. It's fine. Alright, so... let's get in. We've got subtraction, so we're fearless.
Got a question for you in the chat.
Fluffy Face, I did not see LSV's green-white draft, but I've seen drafts of off-color. I've done drafts of off-color. I played at least one white-blue seal deck in my time, so it's definitely possible to put together the off-color stuff.
Just Aaron admires straight red-green because...
Oh yeah, Uranium Spoon. I admire the commitment to just like use green for something besides just fixing your other 4 colors.
Oh my god. Every single draft that we did in Kaldheim was just 4-color green.
Mm-hmm. Up. We're doing this? Alright. We're doing this then. Sure.
I'm a big fan of cantripping our cantrip spell.
Cantrip?
That seems good.
Alright, we got anatomy here? Or, yeah, probably just anatomy.
Yes.
Make this past caller a real, genuine threat.
You could have talked me into just deck thinning with environmental sciences, honestly.
What are we looking for off the deck thing exactly?
The other past caller?
Alright, I think do we get Heated Debate or Ether Helix here? We have Torrent Sculptor. Oh wait, Ether Helix lets us get back a removal spell by getting back Torrent Sculptor, which is pretty funny.
No, it's Snap Helix. We're invested in this combo. We almost have 11 mana. We're gonna be able to do it.
Mm-hmm. What we're really learning is you should play Quandrix Apprentice and Sealed if you have the chance.
that is what we're learning. We have played it, I think, 6 times in the last 2 games.
It works out well. All right, so we can Anatomy, the past caller, and slam Elemental Summoning. Seems fine.
They're like they never have shock, right? They're just used it.
I assume they would have shocked our Quantics Apprentice many moons ago.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Merrick, thanks for the follow. Alright, and yeah, we don't need to play out Zimone here. We could play out Zimone. They can Pillar Drop Ward and back removal spell and kill Zimone. Actually, Zimone's probably just... Is Zimone better than Elemental Summoning? We're getting them kind of low on life here. We have Ether Helix. Let's do this. Hitting pretty well off of this Quantics Apprentice.
I am... I don't particularly think it matters, but I do prefer Zimone.
Yeah, sorry, I should have waited to give you a chance to
that's
answer.
Fine. I think you're on the whole.
I'm on the whole like if they play Flame Painter, which is like the thing they're probably gonna do, or if they get back the Heated Debate and kill my past color, I just kind of want to be on the kill them with creatures plan.
Sure. I mean, I think I'm just not at all worried about Heated Debate because of the Aether Helix.
Yeah, I think Ether Helix just means we're not worried about anything.
That's probably true. We're blowing our shot at the combo here by using this Ether Helix. Unreal.
Can't believe we still have 15 cards in library. Like,
How many does opponent have?
24.
Oh yeah. Is drawing 9 cards good?
Only 8. We buried books into them once.
Sure.
Torrent Sculptor can now just be a 5/5 because of elemental summoning, which I'm kind of into as far as killing them goes. And then if they ever somehow have Draconic Intervention, I would like to have Zimone be our kind of rebuild card. Cool.
What's in their yard for intervention?
Oh, nothing actually. We're gonna win the game.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I don't understand.
They could discard a treasure card into Draconic Intervention.
Yeah. That would do it.
That's the combo. Also the Torrent Sculptor combo, I guess. Which we don't have access to because we have no other treasure cards. Anyway, I feel like I've proven my point that at least this deck is capable of doing some interesting stuff. I think I'm happy to go back to the Martyr deck after this, though, and see if we can win out the...
Look, I actually won another game with this deck because our opponent just got stuck on lands.
Yeah. You want to try another game after this, you said, with this deck?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, Fluffy Face, their treasure makes red, so they can just red, discard a thing, and then treasure plus the third mountain and kill our stuff.
I like how we're discussing it like that's a reasonable thing. Like, oh yeah, they just do that in their Gruul deck.
It is illegal, though, Fluffy Face, you're right, so... Pest Summoning? Okay. I was thinking Pest Summoning could have lived.
Doubters, where are you at? Doubters? Any doubters in the chat?
Doubters, any doubters? It's like a song. Any doubters in the chat?
It sounds like it's from like Fiddler on the Roof.
Doubters, any doubters, where are you at? Alright, they have another Mage Duel?
You know, Aaron, I never would have guessed you were a musicals guy. Oh, yeah. Whoa, we're getting known.
Alright, multiple removal spells, staying alive. We could have Scryed pre-combat, which probably would have been better, but whatever. Let's just wreck their face. Cast Vortex Runner.
I always play 8 mana UR cards in my Gruul decks. It could have also been the 7 mana UR card.
And this time we'll just cast Zimone because, heck, you don't have Draconic Intervention. Let's do this. If they have, like, if there was, like, some kind of haste card with Flame Painter, it still wouldn't do anything. Alright. Got rid of them. Pretty good pool for them. I like the look of that Gruul deck once they actually got to cast spells. Alright, we'll try this build one more time. Are there any changes we want to make to the build, having like seen how it plays out a little bit? I think...
Hey, we got Luat Mox in the chat.
Whoa! Luat Box GG. Sorry about the manascrew there. And somebody redeemed chin-ups, so I gotta do some chin-ups. Kanye, as I do chin-ups, you want to tell me if there's anything in this this pool that you think we should reconsider playing?
I was actually just going to spend the entire time making fun of the entire chat, which doubted you and voted for Luat Mox to win. Said they had faith in Luat Mox. So, I mean...
Chat was 71% sure we were going to win the game.
Okay. I just feel like everyone talking had the 2. Everyone talking was like, oh man.
I can do some chin-ups, Tammy. It's not so bad. Today was my second shot, but I was feeling a little woozy before, but I'm sure I can knock out some. And if I happen to be surprisingly weak or lazy, I have an excuse. I'm pretty happy not playing Snakeskin Veil, which is the main question I had about this pool before, I think. Anyway, I'm going to take my headphones off so I can't hear you, but yeah.
That's fine. I'll just talk to chat.
All right.
I also went to the gym after my second shot. I felt fine, felt great, fantastic, and then I was totally unable to actually get to sleep in any capacity whatsoever. And so I'm like low functioning right here. Do we want to do... I'm not synced up with the stream. Don't mind the mess, chat. We're moving. It's too late, Tammy. I've noticed the pile of towels. Now is my chance to trash Aaron. I have no desire to do this. I am a good friend. Anyone named Kanye is always low functioning. Rough. Don't love to hear that. Not inaccurate. I do appreciate that Aaron's using like good form here. Sometimes he kips the pull-ups a little.
Woof! Thanks for the exercise, Necrocissa. Okay, I'm back. Did we make any decisions?
Oh no, we literally just shit talked you the entire time.
All right, prediction time. Well, I'm sure Kanye told lots of funny stories, and I'll be able to hear them on the VOD. Breathe. Thanks, Two-Ply. It's not really chin-ups if you're not going to a dead hang. He said non-seriously because, of course, there are many ways to do a chin-up. Whew.
All right, Mr. Kipping. Like you, about half the ones you
Kipping.
You do not dead hang. I will say that.
Fine. I'm not kipping though. There's no kipping.
No. Yeah. Okay. Apropos of nothing, speaking of kipping pull-ups, did you...
Dead hang pull-ups actually are pretty bad for my shoulder, so I try not to actually do real dead hangs. I've injured myself.
Did you see the Marjorie Taylor Greene kipping pull-ups video?
I did see that, and
that's the goal.
Couldn't pick a nicer lady to put herself at risk of breaking her arms.
Like that was so rough, man. Like that's like I saw that, and it's like one of those videos that would end up like on a fitness forum. It's just like a "don't do this," like that old GIF of like someone doing kipping pull-ups with just CrossFit.
Just waiting for her to roll up to Congress in a wheelchair. Mustaster, thanks for the follow. Rudyard Kipping over here.
Wow. We've been making fun of Aaron for making references from like 2004, but that's from like 1904.
It's good stuff. I want to watch this clip. Oh.
I have no idea what it even is of.
I'll watch it later, I guess. Has our colors, let's keep this. Imagine drawing blue in your opening hand.
Wild.
No Quanish Mirrors Zimone is pretty depressing, though. Alright, opponent, play a pop quiz this turn. Give me something to do.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Can't even counter that. Rough. Could have countered it. If only.
Slightly suboptimal.
Pest summoning, maybe? I think it's pest summoning.
Elemental summoning?
Against their 5/5?
Well, I mean, we just bury and books it. I don't know. Maybe pest summoning is already.
I think I want to cast. I don't think I'm casting pest summoning this turn. I think it's just likely to be the thing that kind of works against our opponent dirtling and doing nothing.
I mean, we make a 4/4. Quandrix command makes it a 6/6. I don't know.
So if a Eureka moment, I actually have to discard to hand? No, I don't have to discard. I do have to discard to hand size. That's rough. Huh.
I mean...
I can always discard it. I mean, actually, I can Eureka moment into... No, there's nothing I can Eureka moment into. Huh. I could just discard Pest Summoning to hand size. Eureka's an instant, but I'm trying to think if there's a way I can like play a reasonable card and not discard to hand size. We could bounce the Pledge Mage. I think I'm down to Eureka Moment, maybe just discard a Eureka Moment to hand size.
Yeah, I mean, we could get any given 2-drop, I suppose.
We don't have the... We've already played land this turn, so we can't really get anything.
We could get absolutely...
We could draw Shock and shock their face and not have to discard a hand size.
Unlucky.
Let's see. No such luck. We could discard Draconic Intervention. Although, that card actually might eventually do something. Let's discard...
I'm actually not sure. I don't have a good enough read on what our opponent is doing.
I think we just discard Quandrix Command?
Why would we not just discard Test of Talents?
That's also an option. That's also an option. It's the card, I mean, it counters more things than Quandrix Command does, and we don't have any creatures for the counters on Quandrix Command. The question is, which of these things is better post-Draconic Intervention, which is what we're trying to pull off here, maybe? I think I want to keep the 2-drop. I mean, Shoutius, it gives me more information about what to discard a hand size, given that I have to discard a hand size anyway, Shoutius. That's why I main phased it. We could have buried their thing.
I probably would have made the berry play. But...
Yeah, this way next turn we just get to Eureka into berry. Shoutius, we had 8 cards in our hand. We
already had to discard a hand size.
Yeah. Eureka Moment is hand size neutral. Yeah, that's why if I'm telling you about having to discard a hand size, just count the number of cards in the hand, and that will help you frequently understand what I'm on about. All right, Test of Talents is pretty good against Rutha. Let's go with... I think we just moment again.
I'm getting... Yeah, okay, let's do it.
I think before they can untap and maybe have more counter spells. We actually should have played a something or other there first, though, so that we could Test of Talents if they had the counter. This is fine, though. This is looking pretty good.
I guess if they Test of Talented us, yeah, okay, sure.
So we can stop Rutha shenanigans. If they just attack with Pledge Mage, I'll bury it, and they can do whatever they want with Rutha. It's fine.
They're attacking with both.
That's fine. I mean, yeah, why not attack with Rutha? We're not going to have something to really punish them.
Yeah.
Quandrix Apprentice could help me find my second red source. Mage Hunter is pretty annoying against our entire deck, though. Never mind. Never mind, I misspoke.
Never, ever been annoyed by a Mage Hunter in my life.
Never, ever. Never to the ever. All right, are we going to jam Pest Summoning now?
Yes.
I think I'd just rather hold up Test of Talents.
We just shipped a pass caller to the bottom.
I'm going to hold up Test of Talents. It just stops
All right.
It just stops Rutha. Stopping Rutha is a big deal.
What 3-drop spell copied with Rutha?
Igneous Inspiration, for one.
Okay.
Or Pop Quiz, or Compulsive Research, or God knows what else.
I just feel like in this position, they're far more incentivized to try to develop their board based on the posture they're taking right now.
The question is, can they develop their board?
Yeah.
And there just aren't that many creatures in a lot of these decks. Like, a lot of the decks look like our deck.
It occurs to me that this is, of course, a Grixis pile, and only you can prevent Grixis piles.
Does appear to be a pretty piley Grixis-y sort of deck. Are they going to bury and books me after I draw my card for the turn? Is that what's up here? I don't have a single permanent in the graveyard yet for this Ether Helix. Oh well. Just need to filter through my library until I get back to past color land.
Yep. What else would they be upkeep stopping?
I don't know. I don't even know if I play Pest Summoning.
I think we play Pest
I
Summoning.
think, yeah, they definitely missed a couple land drops, Clarm. We played 2 Eureka Moments, but they're still behind. Let's play Pest Summoning. I mean, we get the Quandrix Apprentice dig, which is key. They could bury it now. I would not have been surprised if they tried to bury it then. All right, we now have Draconic Intervention online. I shouldn't have played the land first. That was a punt.
Yeah, I mean, actually no, because the land lets us scry.
That's true. We get to scry, but I should have at least, waited.
No, I mean, it was a punt, but like it ended up being the correct play.
Mm-hmm. Because that's
Like,
just who I am. That's who I am. My punts are always correct in the end.
Of course.
Crack Letter. Doomblade. They're not going to Rutha that. If we test of talents it, they can Rutha it, which is disappointing.
I'm pretty much fine with a Quandrix Apprentice eating a Doomblade as opposed to like a good card.
Oh man, Kanye. I mean, we can get it back with Ether Helix, which is the big deal. This Quandrix Apprentice, your servitude is not finished yet, my friend.
Oh my god.
You're coming back for more.
When I said a good card.
Well, we'll get there eventually. Not you.
In theory.
In theory.
Look, all I'm saying is Quandrix Apprentice. Ah, there it is.
There's the skipper. All right, bounce you, return you, hold a test of talents. We are doing things today.
The combo with 2 question marks. The combo? That is the creepiest way to phrase that.
I mean, this Quandrix Apprentice has been on quite an incredible journey. Quite the, All right, that resolves fine. Decisive Denial doesn't do a lot, but it's more counters, which is neat. Let's go. Do I have enough mana for the combo? 5. I do have exactly enough mana for the combo. Not that I actually get to do anything with it.
I mean, yeah.
Just sad. I think we just hold a Test of Talents and jam this and get back the Ether Helix for later. Because now we can double block Pledge Mage with like Pass Caller plus. Could get back Quandrix Command, which lets us insta combo and put 2 counters on something.
Needs to collectively bargain for some labor protections. Yeah, I mean that's most grad students.
All right, we have multiple counters up. We got the board under control. So far, we beat Gruul. Can we beat Grixis in the Strixhaven Sealed format?
Catch me at my girl's funeral after I O2 drop.
All right, show me what you got.
Do you remember that pasta, Aaron?
The Bolas pasta, of course.
No, yeah. Like if my girl and my Bolas were both drowning.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Very much so. All right, so we
used it as a stream title.
Awkwardly can't test a talent this because they just Rutha it, which kind of sucks. Yeah, Rutha getting around test. Oh, I can Decisive Denial kill Rutha. Let's do that. And then when they bounce Rutha to counter the to double the subtraction, I can counter the subtraction response. That seems worth. Let's try that.
Right. Captain posted it here. I wrote that. Like it's in Bloody Stream, but like I made that.
Oh, you literally made it?
Yes.
Kanye, you're a legend. You're a legend, Kanye. How did I not know?
Like I wrote that one and the other one.
So this is kind of card disadvantage, but kind of also.
Yes, I did make that. You could ask Bloody like that. Here's the one with the command on it. I am
very interested to see what's in our opponent's hand. We could also get blown out by some things here, but Ether Helix being like the combo restarter means it's pretty hard to get blown out that hard.
That is ridiculous. Because like literally 2 years ago, I made that. I also made the only you can.
Oh, sick! It worked. All right, so our opponent's hand is Mage Hunter's Onslaught, Umbral Juke, Rise of Exodus, and Rutha. Their library contains an Arcane Subtraction, which I will take away from them. Another Umbral Juke, Prismari Command, Eliminate, Divide by 0, Negate. This is just Grixis Pile. You got some discard, you got some more removal. 1 Leyline Invocation, 1 Elemental Masterpiece, and 1 Serpentine Curve. Fascinating.
I have no idea how widespread it was, because like I saw Nassif using it as a title and I was like, damn, Nassif stole my joke. It's just like, apparently that's a thing.
This format is a really good sealed deck format, Shoudius. The Mystical Archive cards just mean everybody has infinite removal. Wow, Draconic Intervention looking kind of bad here. It's not doing much for us. Oh, Mage Duel. Still doesn't kill Rutha, huh? Alright, let's do this.
Damn, I hate being net decked. I love being the net decker.
Just gonna slowly get every land out of the deck, get rid of you. Replay you, get back you. Like, I think this is actually a real thing. Like, this is very difficult to break up. Oh, they have Rise of Exodus, actually, so they do get to break it up now, but then we have another Past Caller. And we are getting very close to it.
Wild. My greatest contribution to Magic the Gathering's community is this absolute moron copy-paste. Oh my god. The fact that it still has the Wit O2 record that I put in there, which I feel bad about in retrospect, but whatever.
Oh, it wasn't intentional?
No, like, it just feels a little bit like aping AAVE, and I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I guess we'll just draw a card. See what's up. Shock. Right, Shock is up. Okay, so we kind of want to get to return Past Caller, so I might just double scry this turn. Hit the opponent. Either Helix doesn't get back anything. We'll just wait. Just wait. And that was their exile removal. I don't think they have any more Rise of Extuses, which means the combo should be undisrupted, unbroken.
But yeah, it was that copy pasta, the one where it's the Navy SEAL copy pasta, but it's Bolas yelling. And the picture where it's Smokey the Bear telling you that only you can prevent Grixis piles. All of my jokes are about Grixis because it's just the worst deck ever made. But
okay, so opponents like chilling on. They didn't play Elemental Summoning. I guess they're just trying to like have Umbral Juke Rutha up, which makes perfect sense. So that's obviously what's going on. Yeah, Rutha's pretty tough to like get rid of once she gets going. We could Draconic Intervention here, menace Rutha, force them to do the Umbral Juke bounce back, and then we kill their Umbral Juke tokens. And then at some point we just need to run them out of instance.
remember, like, on turn 4, when we were like, this Draconic Intervention might do something at some point, and it has done absolute zero?
Alright, well, we'll just return Past Caller and get back. We get a Test of Talents, actually. Getting Test of Talents seems great. So is this where the opponent decides to double Umbral Juke to try and get rid of Quandrix Apprentice? That would be reasonable.
Would it actually be reasonable considering Aether Helix? Or the fact that we only have, like, 5 lands left in the deck?
I don't know. Alright, let's get Test of Talents. I don't know. I'm not thinking that hard about this game. I don't even know if we're going to win. This is the kind of game where it's silly enough that I have trouble taking it seriously.
I can't believe we're actually doing the combo.
Our opponent can also make a couple 2-1 tokens here. Alright, they're just making 2 2-1 tokens. We can't kill Rutha. Yep, sure. Alright, start attacking with
I
pests.
don't know how we beat the 2-1 tokens. I guess we're just using premium removal on some 2-1s.
I mean, we got cards to spare. We've got the combo going.
Yeah, let's get some lands out of our deck.
Kill you. Get this land out of the deck.
Why do I keep saying it that way? You mean combo? It's because I'm putting air quotes around it.
Alright, so... Oh, our opponent just gave up. Okay. Alright, I mean, what do we do now? Do we play this deck? Do we play the Mardu deck?
Played it again. Sure.
Alright, let's play out some predictions here. That was a marathon. Goodness. Oh, I want to watch this clip, actually. Hold on, I'm going to watch this clip, and the audio is going to be... I'm not going to turn down desktop audio, so it'll just be audible to all of you.
Sure. I'm just going to tilt off of the planet, hearing my voice played back to me.
It's too late, Tammy. I've noticed the pile of towels.
The pile of... I don't understand. But whatever. Alright. Prediction. Choose prediction. Oh, okay, because Tammy was mad the closet door was open. I see. Alright, we did win the game. Congrats, chat.
There we go. See? The combo.
The combo. It's how we've won 2 games so far, and could have won us a 3rd game if circumstances had been slightly different.
Everyone should know that every time I say combo, I'm actually in real life doing the air quotes.
Oh, I should have got a premium Quandrix command while I'm here, since we have one of those in the deck and all. Deckless Era, I might do it. This co-stream thing turns out to be really easy if you just like pipe their voice through and don't have to do any other fancy setup. So
yeah, he was like, we should get on like an hour before the stream. He literally an hour before his normal time.
Just to practice, and figure it out, and then well,
it took us like 5 minutes.
Can't be too careful. That's the motto. All right, can we get premium edition Quandrix command going here, please? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for more co-streams. I also always work best in like 2-person duos. Like when I did MCing for like talent shows or whatever, I always wrote scripts with a friend of mine in mind, and we both do it together. In that case, he was the straight man, and I was the funny guy. But I can't compete with Kanye.
I'm definitely not the funny one. I guess you are the straight man, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like you have like the good punchlines. Like you're the... Like, if we're going to make a Monty Python analogy here, right, like...
Why would we ever make any other kind?
Like, Graham Chapman was the straight man, but he was also, like, the funniest of them, right? Like,
whoa! Hold on. Fans, a new subscriber, thank you so much for your support. Glad you're enjoying the nonsense that's going on tonight. It seems likely there will be more of it. Oh, Tammy's definitely the straight man. I could not have asked for a better a better person of that type in a relationship. And we drew the forest. We're geniuses. We're going to win this game easily. I feel like these last couple games have been like a good examples of just like, yeah, if your deck just has a bunch of good cards in it, what's the worst that can happen?
Well, no, it's a good example of, yeah, if your opponent gets stuck on 3 mana for 4
Okay,
turns.
the Gruul deck was stuck on mana. The Grixis deck did a bunch of things, and just none of them mattered because we had the combo, which beat their like all removal control deck.
The combo.
And surprise, surprise, all removal control is actually going to be... Do I decisive denial? So I could fight their implements, or I think I just counter this because my Scurrid Cullen is going to get bigger than their implements at some point.
Wow, Aaron, you've been called out in the chat. Gatekeeper, Aaron.
Was I gatekeeping you, friends? I'm so sorry. I was probably just trying to get from rank 3 to rank 2 at the time, because I must take all the ranks for myself.
Now there's reverse gatekeeper, Ivana Humphalot.
Alright, do I counter this? Do I fight, or do I just pop quiz and ignore this? Because we have a bunch of removal that can take it out.
I would like to not take a bunch here.
Alright,
this feels like a hand that we actually kind of have to do this with.
Okay. I guess the next question is, if we feel like we have to do this with the hand, do I just trade with them? Given that I have Aether Helix, I think I actually am kind of down to trade. It's going to be a while before this is big enough. We'll see if they have their Fortifying Drought or their Snakeskin Veil or whatever. Okay, fine.
Yeah, we're trading here.
Whatever. Alright, we could have waited to draw the Arcane Subtraction, but it's fine.
We got owned. Also, in case chat was wondering why I was like 5 seconds behind, I accidentally tabbed onto the stream, so my commentary is, of course, behind because I'm an idiot.
Okay, this might be speaking where a player plays creatures and we don't remove for the creatures and we lose. Oh, that's fun. I think we... Huh.
Oh no.
Alright, I think we found our use for Grape Shot here. Goodbye, tiny removal spells that can't take out their 3/3. I'm glad to hear that, friends. That's the goal. Is we all figure stuff out together. Pop quiz. Is this just sciences? It's probably elemental summoning. Oh, we drew Heated Debate. That changes things. I think with Heated Debate, I just get sciences and just get planes here for return pass scholars to eventually do stuff. Take advantage, Jofu. That's what it's all about.
I'm at my best constructed rank in like 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
Because I played against Ivana Humphalot 25 times.
What a scenario. All right, so we can Torrent Sculptor. I think we just Heated Debate this thing. We can Torrent Sculptor next turn as a 4/4, which is not terrible.
I would like it to go away.
We could have waited until they attacked us and pumped, but then we take probably an extra 3 because they probably have something to do.
What? Remember when we were like, they probably have something to do?
Yeah, alright, well. It's probably just Rise of Extus, in which case Torrent Sculptor looking kind of clean, if it's Rise of Extus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also just have some kind of removal spell. Got a nice Lash of Malice here. Lash of Malice, okay. Do I subtract now and like get the guaranteed?
I like subtracting here, but well, I guess if we're doing nothing and they're doing nothing, our deck is probably better at that.
Yeah, I think so. All right, yeah, so it makes sense not to wait. Oh, I have to exile one? Bother. All right. Goodbye, sciences.
Bother.
Oh, bother.
Literally Winnie the Pooh.
I'm literally Winnie the Pooh. You figured it out. All right. Ah, well, that's pretty good.
Let's go.
If they don't have Rise of Extus, this is pretty good.
Why would you say that? You've summoned it.
Wish I had a Snakeskin Veil right now. Snakeskin Veil would be kind of clean. All right. No blocks.
We wait for them to activate before subtractioning, right?
I think that's the idea.
Okay, just pass the damage. I'll take 2.
I'll take 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Quantity Apprentice. I think we just jam... jam this?
Tammy agrees with your characterization of yourself as Winnie the Pooh, and I can only assume that's a great thing.
I guess in Tammy's eyes, I just kind of wander around eating much of the time, and occasionally expressing dismay when something bad happens in my video games. Okay.
What are your feelings on honey?
I wish I could like quote from Winnie the Pooh here, but I'm like not coming up with anything.
They've got a point, man. Wandering around eating and expressing dismay. That is Eeyore. Replace honey with peanut butter. Solid.
Okay, is this gonna be another game where Quantum Surprise just comes down, and even if it's turn 8 or whatever, we just like run away with the game easily?
I don't like how you keep saying easily. Also, you know. Yes. Like, it turns out drawing 5 cards is just
like,
amazing.
I mean, they have to kill Zimone here, which is the best part. It's like, okay, you got her. Congrats.
Instead of paying 4 mana for 1 card, they paid 5 mana so we could draw a card.
Very kind of them. Oh, look, Ether Helix. No, but Zimone's gone. Can we get back Torrent Sculptor?
That seems...
Let's just play Elemental Summoning. I was going to say I bounced their Forest for lulz, too.
Who's Piglet in this scenario? Oh, me. I weigh 30 pounds. I have never picked up a weight in my life.
Tammy, do you want to link folks in the chat to the Aaron shirt in case they actually want to buy it? It's a pretty sick shirt. It's a good way for my fans to support someone else who's not me, but you know, at the same time. Forgot to use her. Oh, you're right, Robocop. Oh. I forgot about Zimone's other ability. Punt me for that. Would have been nice to have an extra land out. Bookworm. All right. Well, that one does not. Ether Helix is not as successful against that one.
That's certainly a way of describing it.
It might also be better than my whole deck. We'll see.
I think it is actually better than the whole deck.
Can I find Burying Books? I found Vortex Runner, which does let me double block the thing, and then I was going to say Arcane Subtraction. We can't do that. We could Helix it and get back Torrent Sculptor, and then we can't really Flamethrower Sonata it. It's too big. But we just need it off I think I just need it off the battlefield for a bit so I can get Return Past Color and just combo them out.
Yes, that is our plan. In as much as this is a plan, that is what we're doing.
We are at 11. I think we actually just kind of have to just say no to that. Pick up a Quandrix Campus here.
And of course we send Burying Books to the bottom.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll get it back. We'll get back to it. There are 2 Return Past Colors in these 4 cards, which is fun.
Does that mean we scry on upkeep?
Probably. Well, actually, no. We have a lot of stuff to do in hand, actually.
I think it might be worth taking the 50-50.
I think it's worth taking the 50-50. We can also mill our opponent out if we just keep making them cast Bookworm over and over again. Maybe that's our plan.
We have been Quandrix apprenticing for several turns. I am not sure that's a plan.
Okay, well, maybe we can't actually do that. Oh, dear. Oh, bother. All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, I think we're still just in for this. Just keep hitting him for 6. They gain 3. It's a nice little dance we're doing here. I suspect we're going to lose this game to Bookworm. I don't think our deck can actually beat a Bookworm. Wait. What? Do we have less mana than I thought? Oh, we don't have any... Right, this is why Ether Helix sucks, is because you literally need something to get back to cast it at all.
Wow.
That's heinous. All right, maybe Vortex Runner will kill them. Okay, well, we get to build another shield pool in the stream at least. And we were never beating a Bookworm anyway. That Rise of Extus or something bigger than a 7/7. We were never beating a Bookworm.
The punt bot hit us with the Gabby read the fucking card emote, which yep, can't argue with that.
This frickin' card. It is good in this deck, obviously, because the combo. I just hate the whole like. Why not just say return up to 1? Oh, we're getting milled out by Pestilent Cauldron. Never mind. We have found lots of different ways to lose.
We're finding so many different ways to lose this game.
This card is actually pretty good in Sealed, by the way. Like the Cauldron part. Restorative Burst has been fine, but I milled someone out in an otherwise hopeless game with it and was like pretty impressed with how it functions if you have some good Witherbloom things going on. I guess we could still maybe beat them. There's maybe some way we can kill them with our Flyer and Vortex Runner in time.
We have like 7 damage of just dudes.
That's true. We have Flamethrower Sonata to take out the Witherbloom Pledge Mage.
Oh, we have so many dudes.
So many dudes. All right, let's do this. Gonna go ahead and... I think I'm saying no to Quandrix Apprentice at this point, because they have the mill.
I don't think they're gonna mill us.
Alright, I guess we can just, like, ignore Bookworm. I would like to draw Quandrix Command earlier, all else being equal. We are going to discard Ether Helix, because it's useless to us right now.
And also because we're just getting it back.
Yeah, we'd love Test of Talents. Test of Talents would be the bee's knees here. So hope they don't have another Snakeskin Veil. Nope, got him. Okay, we also have Subtraction just gets me Anatomy, which is interesting. My top card. Okay, so I know exactly what's in my deck. Mage Duel. Okay, so I can return Past Color into Eureka Moment, but I can't cast Test of Talents after that. Or Mana Short.
All right, that's just sort of objectively too cute for me to process on this stream. That is incredibly adorable.
Actually, wait, no, we have enough mana to do this. Unbelievably, we have enough mana to do this. Oh, no, we don't. We don't. Darn, I miscounted. All right, it's fine. We're going to get...
Yeah, I'm just going to... Yeah.
I'll just get Ether Helix again. Whatever.
Yeah, get a Helix. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that's also a good point. The Apprentice would stop us from doing that. So we attack for 7. Okay, I think we're actually going to win the game. I now believe in our ability to win this game, thanks to Arcane Subtraction plus a variety of other things. Okay, so what's going to happen if we cast Arcane Subtraction is we're going to cut past Mage Duel. We can scry the Quandrix Campus away and then draw Burying Books, which is good.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's make sure to set an upkeep stop for scrying. Opponent has decided to make a pest. Deal.
What they pitch? Leech Fanatic?
Leech Fanatic. Can also loot with Subtraction to be able to cast Helix. That's a good point. That's a really good point, Decklist. Listen, look at all this chat assistance we're getting. Okay, this card is... If they had a sack outlaw, it would be pretty good. I don't think it's going to be enough here.
Yeah, like, as of right now, they're exactly dead.
They are just dead. They are just literally dead.
Yes.
Very true. CM I can't deny that. Alright, we're getting Bookwormed, so I think we just subtract... I'm a little bit worried about the damage. Do I care? I think we just subtract it because we get Anatomy, and Anatomy is really good.
I think you can reasonably chump block this and not feel bad about it, but...
I mean, yeah, we subtract and then we get the block anyway, so we're going to put Test of Talents to the top. That sounds right.
I will not retract my air quotes.
We can loot, or we can just pick up Expanded Anatomy. If we loot, we get Quandrix Campus, which is pretty useless. I think we just take Anatomy and just get some extra damage in case of shenanigans, like if they have Village Rights or something.
Shenanigans!
We could double... I don't want to double block this. Just take the free block. Yeah, the combo is definitely a thing. We gotta keep in mind that Pestilent Cauldron can exile my graveyard in case we end up doing any weird stuff. Okay.
It's more of a synergy.
That didn't accomplish much. They get to mill me now. But they're still dead to Expanded Anatomy. So...
Oh my...
That was cute and all. I mean...
Oh my...
Here, we'll draw Quandrix Command, why not?
They could also be dead to Quandrix Command. Look how fun.
So many ways to kill an opponent. So many things to throw on the ground. Okay. That's 13.
Oh, you mean shenanigans?
That's 13. Alright, we won. We beat a Bookworm. I think this deck is actually pretty good.
I can't really tell.
I mean, we are playing against opponents who have a variety of, like, rough things going on, but... Like, we're spending a lot of time in a lot of those games, we're spending a bunch of time just sitting around waiting for our opponent to do something so we can kill it.
The problem is we built 2 decks and they both went 3-1.
Alright, well, do you want to finish? I think we finished with this one. I feel like we can just learn more from this one.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think this one's the more interesting one because the other one is just, like, it kind
just
of
good
exists.
aggro. Wow, non-believers are in shambles here. Let's start one more prediction here.
Yes, we are 3-1-3-1 with Mardu aggro and this 4-color
This thing,
file.
whatever you call this.
The combo. You call it Splinter Twin, I believe.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel like this is like Crystal Shard. This is like Crystal Shard Eternal Witness is what we're doing here.
No, this is Splinter Twin.
We've
Never done the combo in
Not
lost the game.
we gotta.
Splinter Twin.
Has anybody ever done Crystal Shard Eternal Witness and lost the game? I haven't. I certainly haven't. In a way, we're playing like a red-white card and a Helix, so you could just call it Craig Jones.
Oh, that's so good.
Doing the Craig Jones
Another
people.
2007 reference, but that is very good.
Mm-hmm.
Call it top deck of the century.
We just top deck a Helix every turn. It's perfect.
Call it Rest in Peace, Olivier Ruel. That was who he was playing, right?
We call it. I think it was Ruel.
Yeah.
Was it Olivier or Antoine?
I don't know. Now that you mention it.
Anyway, there's also like we're just like playing a Helix every turn. So we could do some kind of pun around Isochron Scepter, but or Scepter Boomerang. Scepter Boomerang was a thing back then. I was really looking for a Quandrix Apprentice there, but it's fine.
Call it this combo doesn't work without environmental sciences.
Actually, playing them out there was wrong because we could draw a blue-green card next turn. Punt me.
The amount of punts going up in this stream is higher, and part of it's because I'm distracting you, but part of it is because like it like becomes more obvious to see them when we're questioning the lines. So what I'm saying is, it's not all my fault.
Probably not. In that resistance, I don't know. It's possible that Weed and Magic is younger than you. I think Weed and Magic is also a high school student. But I try not to ask people too much about their ages because that's creepy.
It is creepy.
Woof. Wait, I can Test of Talents that and then it doesn't get copied, right? If it goes away. Does Test of Talents work?
Don't know. Don't think that's how it works. Because it shouldn't search the stack.
In order to copy?
I don't think that's how it works.
Do I Test of Talents anyway because I have nothing else to do? And I want to see their hand.
That's how it works.
I guess it's already copied. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, copy stays. I kind of want to. I guess they're gonna attack, and I can just subtraction to gain 3 life and explore. But I think I kind of want to see what's going on in their hand. I don't know. I know this isn't gonna actually work to stop the copy, but
yeah, this isn't Flusterstorm.
Their hand is pretty decent. Their library contains double Thrill of Possibility, Dream Strix, Prismari Pledge Mage, Creative Outburst. Uvilda, yikes. Tome Shredder, Heated Debate. Alright, this is a real deck. This is like a pretty good Prismari deck for 2 colors. We are gonna get ourselves an interesting battle.
Is it?
Okay, let's see how this goes. Shock. He'll kill Frost Trickster eventually. That's acceptable.
Chad, if you could see the expression on my face right now.
Oh, they have negate. They have negate, so maybe I should have moved to there, but they're probably just going to jam either Frost Trickster or Compulsive Research here, or Fuming Effigy. Yeah, one of those.
I was kind of wondering if you were interested in a 4/4, honestly.
That was a 3/3 with Test of Talents. It's half round up.
Well, I don't think we're interested in the 3/3.
Now I might be interested in a 4/4. In fact, pretty sure I am interested in a 4/4.
I'm not sure.
What else to do this turn? We've got Heated Debate.
I'm a little more interested in the Heated Debate, or a holding up of a Variant Books, or anything like that.
Okay, we can do this, and we can subtraction. Subtraction gets Environmental Sciences, which gets the Plains, getting us close to past color things, maybe. I guess we could also just make the Scourge Colony a 4/4. It's not the worst thing. Get Expand Anatomy next turn. Let's go for that. Yeah, we can also wait on Sculpting until after we bury and get a 5/5. I think this might be the first time I've really played with this card.
Wait, are you not allowed to be 12 on Twitch?
Rutha. Alright, well, wish we had saved Heated Debate for that, but it is what it is. Okay, opponent's got Subtraction, Compulsive Research, Frost Trickster. They're going to Compulsive Research with a Rutha and play it. I'm going to be the saddest person you've ever seen. Do I just bury in books Rutha to stop them from doing that? I think with Tord Sculptor, that's kind of like a legit play. I think I just don't want Rutha coming back right now. I think we're going to lose this game. I think our opponent's deck is better than ours, but we'll see. Maybe Simone lives and carries us.
I think, honestly, it's less about losing this game, but if we reversed the order on our removal spells, we'd be in a much better spot than we are right now.
What reversal would that have been?
Barian Book's the other guy. He did debate the Rutha.
That's true, I suppose. They had to have drawn the Rutha.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying necessarily that was like an obvious thing, just...
Yeah, it is true. And Ruth is down. Alright, so I forget what our opponent has by way of like actual burn. I don't think there was that much. So I think this turn I just want a Zimone plus Sculptor.
Yeah, I like dudes.
Can we Zimone Sculptor? We can. Auto Tapper didn't want us to, but we don't give a shit about Auto Tapper thinks. I guess we could have also killed Rutha with Flamethrower Sonata at some point, which might have been good.
Yeah, we didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. This card actually does a lot of things. Flamethrower Sonata is not bad.
It's kind of like Rimrock Knight, where both sides are like turbo underwhelming, but like, you know, it's fine. It does two things, so it's a good card.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, we got a shot here. They want to Trickster this, it's going to cost them. Oh, or they can just kill both of my creatures and probably kill me. They did have a Heated Debate in their deck, I guess, and they did draw it. That's going to make this harder. Can always draw Ether Helix, though.
Wait. Oh, for a second I thought they targeted the colony twice.
If only. Our opponent seems to know what they're doing. But,
unfortunate. I hate when my opponents know what they're doing.
Okay, drew the Plains. Plains gets us closer to getting to Past Callers and doing some nonsense with those. And they don't really have an answer to a 5/5 right now.
It's going to be a 7/7 soon, right?
It could be a 7/7 soon. Make them Trickster it and log it down for a turn.
Yeah.
This is the turn where if they go, I guess they aren't necessarily attacking with this Pledge Mage either. So we'll see if we end up scrying or subtracting or both.
Though, right? They would have to spend their entire turn doing the Trickster.
Yes, Ward works on abilities. Okay.
So I really want to do
what have you got that's better than, so you're going to subtract it and, oh, and you're just going to drop a wolf on me. I can shock that thing.
That's getting shocked. Do we ever Arcane Subtraction for value?
I think I wait until I attack and they maybe set up some kind of terrible block.
Ooh,
Vortex Runner. I like Vortex Runner. Vortex Runner seems pretty good in aggro and stuff. Alright. Ocho.
ESPN 8. The Ocho.
Mm-hmm. So now we are officially lands are good, spells are good, except Past Caller is bad.
Get out of here, Comb Shredder. Get out. I've been holding this shock since like turn 2.
Yep.
Shock Face might be a play.
Yeah, if we knew we were going to draw a land, I think that wolf is a lot of damage though.
Arcane Subtraction for Expanded Anatomy is the same lethal.
Yeah, exactly. God, Expanded Anatomy is so good. It's so good. Alright, you spend your entire turn playing a Frost Trickster and not attacking? This Vortex Runner's honestly been kind of good. Good job, Vortex Runner.
Torrent Sculptor just did 10 damage casually.
Mm-hmm. Whole deck, I mean, you build a deck full of good cards and you can find a way.
They have to lock down the unblockable. It's not actually unblockable right now, though, right? So, like, there's, like, kind of a decision to be.
There's kind of a decision to be made. The fact they have Ruthless Subtraction, or I guess Subtraction plus Word Pay, makes this play pretty sensible. Quandrix Command, you say? That's an interesting one. What does that do for us? So we attack with this, they get to subtraction it and pay the extra cost. They get a free block.
We can, after
I can Quandrix Command it if they, depending on how they block after hitting it, we might be able to get them with Quandrix Command.
Yes, and also because of Ward, they won't actually be able to do that, will they?
They can't copy with Rutha, they can just make it a 1/5. Yeah. And the question is, do we hold
the
back a 5/5 blocker?
Yeah.
Because they can also just take the 1 damage, which is like fairly harmless to them. I think I feel like there's a good chance to eat their Pledge Mage here, maybe?
Yeah, I want to attack here.
Let's try it. We're not really in much danger, especially with Quandrix Command bouncing something. I'm just curious to see if they take the 1 or if they do a block and get eaten. Oh, no, they're going to do this. That works.
Go.
Alright, so we get to eat Pledge Mage rather than the 2/2, I think, is the plan.
Yes.
Then we can bounce Rutha, which just like ties up their mana.
Wait, why did we pass the damage? They just pass here and we get owned.
Do we? We have a 3/3 unblockable. I don't know. I figure it's like incredibly likely they're going to do this, right? Like just incredibly likely they're going to do this.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe in our opponent doing that one there. All right, we'll do this. Bounce you. pump you. And eat the Pledge Mage. That is also true, Mr. Fancy Pants. Very true. Lots of ways to get around what they're doing here. Because the Prismari decks are not great at playing to the board if it's pure Prismari. That's why you gotta get that green. Oh! Okay, so we're gonna spend our turn doing that. I'm gonna be interested to see how that one works out for you.
Yeah, if that draws us a land, we just win the game, right?
Spends their entire turn having to kill Torrent Sculptor.
No, we don't. We don't actually just win the game.
We don't just win the game, but we're in a good spot here. Okay.
It is quite a large moron. So, are we ever just firing the subtraction off here? We're probably just scrying, right?
I think we can't scry. We don't have mana for that, but I think we see we draw. And now, do I get the expanded anatomy here? Or I could get elemental summoning. Elemental summoning actually fucks them up pretty badly. We just do that.
Yeah, summoning, mage duel, swing 3.
Heat debate's not bad.
Yeah, that'll do it.
This looks pretty good. Who needs a land? I don't.
Is there any heal in blue-red? I think it's basically just sciences.
Yeah, it's just environmental sciences, Arashka. No life gain for our opponent. We've also seen their entire deck, and there's definitely no weird life gain stuff in there. I'm trying to remember if there was anything in their entire deck that we really cared about. They had Creative Outburst.
I don't remember.
Creative Outburst on my 4/4 could maybe get them somewhere if they can also find room for the Vortex Runner. That I don't worry about that much. This, I don't think they had any 1-drops. I don't remember Shock or whatever being in their deck. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's try and get rid of Rutha. If our opponent has like an opt or something, we feel very sad, but they have something. It wasn't that though. It wasn't Shock. Alright, so we can Mage Duel. Mage Duel kills the Pledge Mage, gives me a free attack with a 4/4, but they could have something. They had Divide by 0 in their deck, I think.
Divide by 0
would bounce the Mage Duel, but wouldn't do anything really. Yeah. So I think we just go in, and of course, if they disrupt this Mage Duel in some way, it's a card they can't use to disrupt Vortex Runner. Okay, that worked. Good. Could have Burying Books, which is fine as well. Let's just get him.
Is there like a combat trick that would incentivize them doing this?
Why not attack first, Mach B? That makes sense. Mach B, Mage Duel is a sorcery. There's not really much good in attacking first, because they just double block and eat my 4/4. Oh, classic Thrill of Possibility story. I want anything besides what I have now. Nice! Alright. This deck turned out to be kind of lit. To just have 8 removal spells.
We just won a bunch of games. I don't know. Both versions.
It turned out to be a pretty good pool. I thought this pool was bad, which is heartening.
It was bad in the rares, but like, I don't know. Both of the decks we built, I'm still less than convinced by the last one, you know. Yes, in conclusion, we crushed with both decks.
Yes, alright, well, let's build another pool. We won't have much time to play with it since the stream's not going to go on too long, and I need to get some sleep before the open, but we at least get some more practice in.
Question about the open, does it run all day?
I think it runs all day.
Okay.
But I have some other stuff going on in the day, which means I want to try and play early.
I'm waking up for that.
Deck with 0. Certainly not for day 1 of the open. I don't care about having a delay for day 1. Day 2, I'll probably have a delay. Because I can just...
I like how you just assumed, yeah, I'll be in day 2. Solid.
If I get to day 2, I'm going to play day 1 until I get to day 2, so... It would take me whiffing on a bunch of sealed pools in a row. Which could happen. It's always possible. Alright, so let's see what's going on in this pool. Multiple choice. That's a good one.
Thank you, Ceresium. It's all him.
Well, it's half Kanye. It's good stuff. Brainstorm. That's fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so Brainstorm, multiple choice, Prismari Command, Elemental Expressionist, all pointing in a particular direction.
What direction would that be? I can really figure it out.
Alright, let's go look at our lessons.
Thank you, Tammy.
Look at that. We are the 49%. Nice,
Let's
nice.
go.
We got a letter of acceptance too. Can be Greedsters. We got a Zimone, double Eureka Moan, Ether Helix. No combo, alas.
Chat points out that we have 2 Serpentine Curves, which, yep, we're doing the thing.
2 Serpentine Curve is pretty good. We also have double Hunt for Specimens, but not much else in black.
Do you think they knew that Serpentine Curve was, like, super broken?
Oh, I could imagine it being the kind of thing where they put it in the set and wait for us to find out.
I'm really interested in a lot of those black-white cards.
Yeah.
Ooh, we have double Study Break, Combat Professor. Ooh, I don't know that we're playing Prismari, man.
It's a powerful pool. It's definitely got the most outright power I think we've seen so far. So we've got a bunch of different. We got a bunch of different decks. We also have just insane green.
There's
Arch, Mage Duel, Double Professor, a Leyland Vacation, a Crunch Wrangler. Could also just be Azorius.
The Humiliate and the
Double Cram Session, Witherbloom Apprentice, Blood Researcher. Shit, we could build like 5 different decks off of this pool. This is nuts. Double Prismari
let's
Campus.
run these decks. You've got like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, let's just play around with the decks and just see which ones look
We're gonna do
the best.
one deck every 10 minutes.
All right, let's just start with Quandrix Pile. Let's just like start with the default, like play all the Piley cards. Double Serpentine Curve, Frost Trickster, Test of Talents, Negate, Brainstorm. Whoops.
Hold on, you mean Prismari Pile?
I mean,
God, I don't even know. Maybe it is just Quandrix Pile.
Quandrix and Prismari Pile can be different decks. Let's start with Prismari Pile then. Okay. Prismari Pile. Snow Day, multiple choice. Vortex Runner, possibly. Waterfall Aerialist, don't think we're
I like that card less and less the more I play it.
Yeah, alright. So we're not that aggressive. I do like the Tome Shredders. It's lovely those don't compete with Serpentine Curve. They do compete with Dust Speaker, but that's fine. Maybe Pillar Drop Warden. Campuses, Apprentice, Pledge Mage, Command, Expressionist, Maelstrom Muse, Elemental Masterpiece. Okay, it's 36 cards.
Wild.
I always find it hard to end up with like, okay, Shock.
Maybe Prismari Pile doesn't play out.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's rare to get to like a great feeling deck with only 2 colors in this format, I think. Almost everything ends up splashing a little bit.
Invocation. Maybe it's supposed to be Teamer.
Okay, so that's Prismari Pile. Let's start Quandrix Pile out and see where Quandrix Pile takes us. I mean, Teamer Pile is also an option for sure.
We don't actually have the red removal in this pool.
Yeah, we don't. We just have the Shock. We have Mage Duel as well. All right, so we get Eureka Moment, Zimone, Ether Helix, which maybe gets cut, but maybe not.
Invocation is in this deck 100% of the time.
It certainly is. Double Major. I think that's a no. It is pretty funny to make like 2 Zimones, which is like the way to stop them from killing your Zimones, but
there's probably a lot of decks here.
Yes, we can play Pledge Mage as well. Elemental Expressionist probably makes the deck as well, because I'm almost certain this deck is splashing Prismari. And then Invocation, Double Professor, Over an Arch, Mage Duel, Karok Wrangler, Karam Sessions.
So how much can we actually splash off that Prismari campus? Are we comfortable running like, I don't know, Prismari Command Elemental Masterpiece or something?
Maybe. That's a good question. Another question is with Blue-Green and Environmental Sciences and Double Cram Session, we can kind of splash whatever color we want. So is there a color that we want more than the red? Do we want to splash Baleful Mastery? Do we want to splash Combat Professor? Like, probably not in both instances. Let's see what else we have that's like blue and green and gold. So we've got Masterpiece, Maelstrom Muse, Prismari Command as like options in red, which are pretty good. Yeah, there's not much else. Like, black gives us a bunch of cheap Witherbloom cards, which aren't that exciting to splash.
I think black might be its own deck.
I think Witherbloom is definitely a deck. Like Witherbloom, maybe even Witherbloom Splash Blue.
Yeah, Sultai.
Yeah, I think when I look at this, like, the teamer deck's gonna be strong. We definitely just have like a good deck here in front of us. I can cut. Yeah, wow, all these cards are heaters. And probably got Vortex Runner. Whoops, not Frost
This
Trickster.
is kind of a wild deck, honestly.
Yeah, crazy pool. Karok Wrangler. I'm always skeptical of this card. It just feels like it takes a little too long to do things, is a little bit too vulnerable to removal.
It is functionally a 5-mana 3/3. That is not an incorrect analysis, especially in a deck where we're doing Serpentine Curve, Leyline Invocation, Snow Day, Elemental Masterpiece. We don't actually necessarily need the beef.
Yeah, our deck is big and slow and chunky. Okay, so what's the last cut then? pretty happy with this.
I want to talk about. Have you done anything with the mana base, or is that just something?
I have. This is automatic. I have not touched the mana base and don't plan to yet.
I suspect it's either negate or test of talents.
Negate or test of talents. Someone said fumes. What's fumes? Oh, necrotic fumes. That's true.
Fumes is
Sultai. Yeah, fumes does point to Sultai being pretty good. Anyway, so our cut was going to be... it's actually a pretty good Snow Day deck since we have the curves and the professors and are really a little more aggro. Expressionist might be like a little too hard to cast. It's a great card, but it might be a little too hard to cast, and we don't have like... this card's at its best with tricks, and we just don't have the tricks for it.
It's so good, though.
Deckless Zero, I don't know. They're very close and they're both good. I would want to cut negate from... Again... Do I cut negate from the deck from the format where it's a 2-mana counter that hits most of the cards in the format? I mean, expressionist stacking is cute. The question is just like, how many... We have Brainstorm, I guess. Brainstorm's a good trick. Beyond that, a lot of our arts and sorceries are just like sorceries or pretty expensive. Our lessons are pest summoning, spirit summoning, sciences, anatomy, introduction. Here, let's just line them up here.
Be able to play spells off of these double frame sessions.
Yes, we got stuff to do. This is not the best lesson setup. Like, having black would make our lesson setup a lot stronger, which is like... And we have double hunt for specimens, which does tilt me in the direction of being interested in black or like Sultai.
Two things. One, Aaron, pay out the...
the prediction. Thank you. What's the second thing?
Second thing, yes, the white looks really decent. We're gonna end up trying a white-black deck. Right now, we're speed running through all the decks.
Okay, I'm just gonna save this deck at 41 cards. Like, this is like very close to what we want for Teamer. And let's look at Sultai.
Yeah, Sultai, and then we'll do Silver Quill probably.
Okay, so Sultai stuff. We end up with. I don't think we end up in Pledge Mage because we have more 2-drops than Sultai. Sultai gives us Hunt for Specimens, Brackish Trudge, Baleful Mastery. Basically, actually, let's just put everything back and start over again. Just look at what the Witherbloom core looks like.
Shock felt like it was actually pretty underwhelming in all the games that we played with it in our last run, but yeah.
Shock is not amazing in Sealed. It's a card you'll play if you're in red, but I don't think it's worth splashing for. I'm honestly, Prismari Command was like pretty close to being a cut there too, just because Prismari Command is, it's just Shock with extra steps much of the time.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely main deck the rest in this format, just like you play Negate and Test of Talents if you can. I think this deck, because it's splashing blue, is probably not playing Negate and Test of Talents. Do we have to rest, actually? There it is. Baleful Mastery, Crushing Disappointment is a card that we're pretty interested in playing most of the time. Tenured Inkcaster, generally not, unless we're in Silver Quill. Oh, man. Closing Statement and Humiliate, huh? Crushing Disappointment is... I think this card is...
I was just going to make like a Crushing Disappointment. Is that you, mom joke? But then you kept talking. And
yeah, I have a habit of talking. Kanye's Wrangler might be better in this deck. We have a ton of cheap Lurin, which makes it more appealing. Blood Researcher, Witherbloom Apprentice, Send the Pest. What do we not have?
Any of the 3-mana learn spells that we want in the blue-green deck?
That's true. I mean, Gram Session's fine. It's fine.
No, but like we don't have the not Divination and the not Cultivate.
Yeah, we only have 2 Cram Sessions, but I agree that Trudge is still going to shine. Yeah, it seems like a pretty nice setup into which to start splashing. We just get to splash Serpentine Curve, multiple choice.
Gross.
And potentially Zimone. Where'd you go, Zimone? There you are.
With all the white-black specific stuff we have,
we could splash white. I find it hard to imagine that even getting like Combat Professor plus these 2 spells, I still feel like multiple choice plus double Serpentine Curve is going to be better.
It probably is.
Hi, Weed.
Yeah, I think this is fairly solid. I note that we're missing the Pledge Mage, which is odd for this matchup.
The Pledge Mage. Wait, which one?
Or we don't have one. We don't have a Witherbloom Pledge Mage.
We don't have a Witherbloom Pledge Mage, which is a little sad, but we have a lot of life gain. Letter of Acceptance in our 3-color deck probably makes sense too, as a thing to consider. We may not need it. We have a ton of Learn. We probably just don't need it. We have Environmental Sciences.
The black 5-drop that kind of combos with Blood Researcher. You mean Inkcaster or whatever? The 4 and a black.
We do have Inkcaster, but it's not that exciting. It's still just 3 power for 5 mana.
Yeah.
We have Carrick Wrangler plus Inkcaster, which is cute, but we're already looking like this is already, we need to make cuts from here. I guess Deadly Brew is a card that has not. This is like this has the same problem as Ether Helix, which is just it's not going to get things back much of the time, and it's pretty bad if it doesn't get things back.
Yeah, and we don't have Demogorgon or whatever his name is.
Yeah. The question is our mana going to be solid enough that we can play Eureka Moment over Crushing Disappointment? Like, we're, like, sort of semi-aggressive, but not so aggressive that, like, the 2 life from each player is, like, a super huge advantage for us.
Where are we on Tend the Pests, given that our biggest creatures are not...
Our biggest creatures are Serpentine Curves.
Yeah, but how often are we actually Tend the Pesting a Serpentine Curve?
Between Serpentine Curve, Big Blood Researcher, Brackish Trudge just becoming 4 pests, Professor of Zoomancy becoming 4 pests in response to a removal spell, Leyline Invocation becoming 8 pests.
Like... Brackish Trudge, actually, I think is a very good use case.
Yeah, we have Environmental, so I don't think we need the letter. The question is, does Environmental give us the justification we need to play Eureka Moment over Crushing Disappointment? And I'm not sure whether it does or not. Maybe? Alright, well, let's do let's do the Coward 1-1 split, and then we can come back to this deck later. And we'll say, this is a deck we built. Oh, no, we need to have 40 cards. Bother.
Alright, our speed run is on schedule. How many instant and sorceries in a deck would you say are enough for Serpentine Curve to shine?
Pretty much any deck in this format, unless you have a really weird deck, is going to be good with Serpentine Curve. Pretty much anything.
If you're in blue, you are probably playing.
Yeah, so Fiesta makes the point that, yes, Cram Session and Hunter Assessments plus Eureka Moment plus Environmental Sciences give us access to Eureka Moment frequently. The thing is, though, that we do have Inkling Summoning as well, and there's some question of, like, okay, do you want to just have to, like, cast Environmental Sciences on turn 3 by default a lot of the time? And yes, it's fine, it's workable, but Crushing Disappointment versus Eureka Moment, the question is, like, does the extra freedom of not having to fetch Environmental Sciences so often make it a little better to do that stuff? Also, we haven't looked at our lands yet. Do we have any campuses? We have just the Prismari campuses, and I think that's it. So, campus. Yeah, just that. Okay, what else? So, now let's look at, I don't know, should we put together some kind of white deck?
I'm excited for white-black.
White-black. God's Willing, Guiding Voice. Symbology, 1 Beaming Defiance. Not you, hopefully, maybe. I hate that card. Combat Professor, Study Breaks.
Couple Study Breaks.
Hunt for Specimens, Brackish Trudge, Baleful Master, Crushing Disappointment, Tenured Inkcaster, Duress. We just don't have creatures, is I think the problem here.
Yeah, we don't have the good creatures. There's not enough of the 2-drops. This can't be played. Okay, it was worth a shot.
But yeah, we're coming up well short here, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we don't have enough of the 2-drops.
Yeah, we have a commons to Apples and Fruits, but I try to avoid playing commons unless I really have to.
This is almost a thing. If we just had, like, 2 of the lifelink guys and...
Good work, Mistastic. Yeah, this deck could play Expels because we have double Study Break, and it's, you know, in Sealed, you're even less consistently going to be aggro. It's like a cool white-black semi-control deck, but we just have so much power with curves and choice.
Yeah, we are not playing this.
Yeah. It's like we can with black and anything, we can basically force black into any 3-color combination because we have 4 different 2-mana Luring cards in black. But I just don't think white's as good to combine with black as the other colors we have. Okay, so is there anything else to explore? So the question is there any kind of like black-red something pile? And I don't think so. I don't think Tome Shredder and Dust Speaker are good enough.
So I guess it's a question of like, which UGX version are we playing?
Darn, it's one of those cases where I feel like probably the team is just better, even though I like Sultai. Like, I think we have a cool Sultai pool. Witherpool Apprentice is extremely messed up. Tend the Pests, it's like a very good Tend the Pests pool, which I like.
Grixis.
Good night, JPP and iPhone fan. I'm glad you're enjoying this.
A Jeskai pile with black splash for removal and humiliate.
So I don't like splashing our discard spell. Splashing our discard spell is a bit fraught. That's asking for us to only be able to cast it once our opponent's out of stuff.
Yeah, Humiliate's really good, but like...
The other problem with the Jeskai pile is the Jeskai pile, we can't get Environmental Sciences. Like, look at what our Learn cards are.
Yeah, I think...
We got Professor, we've got Guiding Voice, but our other Learn cards are all black.
Yeah, we have to play black.
And Shu Hanuku, we have Baleful Mastery as black removal. It's fine. Like, I think
the actual draw of the Sultai list is that it gets to play much more consistent Learn. Yeah,
I think that's pretty good. The Prismari deck just feels...
It's probably stronger. It does a lot of strong stuff. It's probably just the thing.
I mean, what are the actual good things? We got Maelstrom Lose, which is messed up. We maybe get Expressionist, which is messed up. We get Masterpiece, which is kind of messed up. The black gives us Baleful Masterpiece. I mean, I like Witherbloom Apprentice a lot. This is a great Blood Researcher deck.
It's just Teamer.
Command is not a strong draw for the reasons I've discussed before.
I don't think we can pull Grixis because our green is just so.
Our green is pretty nuts. You could build Grixis, but our green is pretty nuts.
Our green is good, but more than just our green being good, our specifically green blue.
Our Quandrix and our Witherbloom are both very good. Yes. Yeah. They fixed Muse before the open. I don't actually know apples and fruits, but I did run into that bug for the first time the other day, and it was a shock. Samway, I'm probably like 8 or 8:30 or something tomorrow. Something like that.
Honestly, this is more fun than actually playing in the open.
Oh, for sure. Building the decks is the best part.
Yeah.
Pacific Standard Time, yes, as always. Counting from San Diego time here.
Sultai Splash Mastery?
Sultai Splash... you mean like mostly blue and green splashing black instead? That's an option as well. So let's see what that looks like. We don't get to play Hunt for Specimens anymore, which is sad. The problem is, like, besides Mastery, there's just, like Sultai is not... I guess the best part about Sultai is we just get to play the Quandrix cards, but, like, besides exactly Baleful Mastery, I feel like there's an incredibly weak reason to play. If we're playing mostly blue and green, I think the red cards give us more than the black cards.
Sultai Splash closing statement. I don't know why we're obsessed with playing 4 colors here, honestly.
We don't need to play 4 colors. We have 1 Environmental Sciences and an Archway Commons I would like to avoid if possible, and then 2 red-blue campuses. So I don't want to be playing a 4-color deck that is not stretching across the Prismari colors. I also just don't think we play Hunts. If we play Hunt for Specimens in our Sultai deck and it's blue-green mostly, we're just planning to, draw black early somehow? Like, our mana is not that good.
Yeah, we actually have to be able to cast those reliably in order to count them as mana sources. And so that means we end up, like, the draw of the Sultai deck over the other decks is that it can cast those reliably.
Yeah, we do have a lot.
So if we take that away, I am not sure what we're doing.
Yeah, it is true that, like, we do have the letter. Maybe we can pull off 4 colors. Maybe we should just be looking at, like, raw power, like, what's the most raw power we can stuff into a deck. Maybe that somehow involves closing statement. But I think we have enough different kind of weird gold things going on that I'm more interested in.
If we're doing 4 color, aren't we just doing, like... I guess none of our UR stuff actually fits in the 4 color deck.
Yeah, we could play 4 colors without white, I guess.
I think that the mana for that is just atrocious, because...
Yeah, we need early access to... I mean, if we could go Grixis Splash Green. Our 4 learn cards are all... Our early learn cards are almost all black. Then our green splashes for, like, Zimone... Zimone, Eureka Moment, and Mage Duel? But then why are we Grixis?
I think...
We could be blue-black
based. I'm still thinking about Sultai versus Teamer, which... I don't know how to value the added consistency of the learn spells in Sultai against all our ridiculously broken Prismari cards.
Just building blue-black for fun, don't mind me. I think this is not a thing, though. We have too much good gold. Like blue-black splash green? This almost looks like something.
If we had some of the good removal, you could talk me into this.
Yeah, I mean, this pool is... I mean, we have 1 removal spell, and I guess Mage Duel as well, so 2 removal spells. Playing black and green, let's play both of them. Our red doesn't give us removal, it just gives us, like, more raw power. Also throw in Leyland Vacation. So this is another build that is not out of the question. Maybe I don't like Prismari Pledge Mage that much if we're trying to hit black on turn 2 every game.
I think that's a little lower power than the previous 2.
The Quandrix Splash Black or the Quandrix Splash Red or the Black Green Splash Blue, yeah.
Yeah. Witherbloom Splash Blue.
Oh, this thing has literally 3 creatures in it and 19 instants and sorceries, which does make it pretty good for Serpentine Curve. We can't play all the
also
crushing
makes 3 cards for negate. Other people are going to be building decks like this.
Yes, decks like this exist. Okay, so I think we start out trying out the Teamer and the black, green, splash, blue lists.
Yes.
We definitely have enough life game for Dredge Mishaps. We have 2 cram sessions and environmental sciences for them to go get. Not to mention, and I think let's try the black, green, splash blue as a starting point and see where that takes us.
I think that's the one I'm the most interested in, but it feels like maybe we're just completely throwing away value by not playing like 3 Prismari rares or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just like a sucker for Witherbloom. And Professor Zoomancy is a really good card, also. I mean, I guess we get to play it in our teamer deck anyway.
I really hate Arch. In answer to that question, Mestastic, if I can avoid playing Arch, I will do my best.
You hate Arch. I love Arch. We just weren't playing Arch when we were splashing green, but I think if we're playing, obviously,
I hate Arch.
Our Witherbloom
It's
deck,
like, I don't like time walking myself, you see.
Arch is messed up. Alright. Put this stuff in. Ether Helix is not going to need to be splashed. I don't think I want to splash Negate too much. Alright. So yeah, the thing is, not having Negate and Test of Talents does hurt a lot. I think I'd be comfortable like trying this deck out, but I suspect we're going to end up battling Teamer before it's over.
Oh, you mean the oath? Oh my god, I thought you meant...
You meant Excavated Wall. Okay, no.
Yeah.
Oh, or Archway Commons, you meant.
Yeah, he meant Overgrown Arch. I thought you were talking about the land. The one that like taps when you enter the battlefield and you pay 1 and it makes any color. No, Archway is good. Or Arch is good.
Yeah, on the plus side, we get the world's cleanest mana base here. Boop. Done. So clean. Is Infused with Vitality actually good enough to play?
No, the wall is super good. I don't know, I always think of it as like Gateway Plaza or whatever. That I don't like.
We might not want to actually play Infused with Vitality. Is there something else I might do instead here?
It's not that I think you love bad cards. I am not the world's greatest sealed or limited player, right? Like, I'm a constructed guy, so people that bring up cards, like, maybe I'm misevaluating it, but I do have opinions still. So it's not like I think you like bad cards. It's just you brought up a card and I was like, oh, I think that card is bad. But, like, the point of this is to learn and to get better, so, you know.
Yeah. Digital Limit. I agree that in a Vacuum Wrangler is worse than Negator Test, but I think we're splashing blue, and I don't love the idea of trying to, like, splash in our counterspell color.
I do not prefer Negate over Zemo.
Soiled Satyr, in answer to your question, yeah, I'll run campuses, and, like, if it's, like, a 2-color deck and the mana is good otherwise, and I just have, like, a spare campus that is in one of the 2 colors, I'll play it. In this deck, I wouldn't play a blue campus, because blue is not a color we need much of, and we have,
We have the card.
We have an island. We have an island to go with the environmental science. So I don't want to play an extra blue campus on top of that. But having no campuses is another point against this archetype in favor of Prismari. Yeah. So this deck currently has 8 creatures, which is
it has no campuses, but it still probably has better mana.
Yeah, I think I've been fine playing 1 Infused. We have the double Bear Professor, which are pretty good to get back. Mestastic, do you overrate Snow Day? I don't know. We're not playing in this deck because we have 1 island in the deck and Snow Day is literally uncastable, but I think we had it as a potential card for the teamer deck.
It's because I watch so much Sam Black. I think Snow Day is just like great because it's not a creature. Like...
Alright, we're going to jam this deck. Let's see. Let's set up a prediction. We'll probably jam like 1 or 2 with this and then 1 or 2 with the teamer deck and call it a night.
Sure.
See how it plays out. So this is like a deck that's supposed to look like a good draft deck. It's going to be excellent against aggro.
You want to give me just 1 second? Go ahead and start this.
Yeah, go ahead.
My pre-workout so that right after we finish, I can just go do biceps day.
Oh, always be lifting, Kanye.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Chosen One. Yeah, 2 extra Eureka is reasonable. I'm sort of playing the Coward split here. But it's entirely possible after like 1 game with this, I'll immediately switch to the second Eureka moment. Tough pool. Like, this is a pool I'd be extremely happy to have during the Open because it's very powerful. And I have to admit that if I were just playing the Open and I had to like start with 1 deck, I would just start with the teamer deck. I'm just like curious to figure out how good the Sultai synergies feel. Like, are Brackish Dredge and Blood Researcher powerful enough here? Oof. Well, yeah, this is why I was scared to run both Eureka moments. Boy, these hands really do require something to get environmental sciences to be good. So we have 1 island, we have 4 different cheap learn cards we can draw. But I think this hand is like a little too likely to do absolutely nothing and die. This we can keep. Keep 6, dump, dress? No, Carrick Wrangler probably. think we just dump the expensive thing and keep the cheap stuff. And do we duress? I think we wait on duress until we have Witherbloom Apprentice in play. Also, like maybe we hit something good on turn 1 or 2 with duress versus just waiting and give our opponent more time to draw good cards. Shoot, we could have duressed their opt. That's too bad. Yeah, and you see, these games are a mulligan. I'm already feeling like the impact of not playing the Teamer deck. Because, like, many of my cards in this version are just, like, somewhat lower impact. And a lot of the best cards, the blue-green ones like Simone, I really wish I could just, like, play. And I unfortunately can't.
ABL. Did you have to explain ABL? Outstanding.
Okay, well, let's see what we can steal from our opponent here. Got that good drain off of the Witherbloom Apprentice, and that's a Manifestation Sage. They can't cast it, though, which is cool. I like the part where they can't cast it. Let's take Eureka moment. Scary hand.
And maybe they just never cast cards.
Oh yeah, it is true that we had to go use our environmental sciences to get a forest there, which is awkward. Very awkward. Gonna try and get in some damage here while we can. I think I'm not that interested in trading off the past tier since we've got other stuff it goes well with.
I see. I thought I saw Mistastic say ABL with question mark, and I was like, oh, are we explaining what that is?
Yeah, okay. I just realized that we had to go get our forest with our sciences, which means we're never going to draw a 9, which means we're going to lose the game. I think we should play the Teamer deck. I think we should just be playing the Teamer deck. I love Witherbloom Apprentice, but Elemental Mastery is just better in Sealed. Masterpiece.
Yeah, I guess we didn't consider what happens if our
mana kind of fails us.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Send the Pests. All right.
No, we were just, it's environmental sciences. We always have an island, except the first game we play with it. It's never an island.
Okay, let's go to the Teamer version. Yeah, the Teamer deck is just more powerful. I thought the Witherbloom version might be kind of cute to play, but like Sealed, most Sealed decks in this format can go over the top of a Brackish Trudge or whatever. Let's just
we might have overthought that one.
Let's just play. I mean, I wasn't overthinking it. I knew the Teamer version was going to be better, more likely than not, but I wanted to try this, but immediately was like, no, this is not worth it.
There's I don't know. It's one of those decks that like good players trick themselves into playing. Does that make sense? Or it's
no, I mean, I knew what I was getting myself into. I think that Teamer is, Teamer is so much the default color combination in the Sealed format that I am often interested in saying, like, what else can we do? But in this case, it turns out that, yeah, everything else we can do is just much worse than our busted Teamer deck.
Yeah, playing, like, all of our rares and our good lands is probably really good.
Oh, wait, we're not doing that, though. All right, we are... Yep, probably... Possibly, because we're more rampy now.
You know what we have basically never been in?
What have we basically never been in?
Just straight up Lorehold.
Yeah, I played one Lorehold deck splashing black in this format. I don't think I've ever been straight up Lorehold before.
Yeah, we had, like, functionally Silver Quill splashing red.
Yeah, I mean, Lorehold is just the worst color combination in the format as far as just average card quality, so it makes sense to...
Yeah.
Not be in it too often. All right, what are we cutting here?
Is Gateway are you talking about Archway or whatever it is?
Archway? I mean, I'll play Archway if my mana's bad enough and I really need it. If I have a pool that's like pretty weak and I need to play 4 colors to get enough playable cards and I have Archway, I'll play an Archway. I just think, look at our 2-drop slot.
It's just wildly terrible to time walk yourself.
So Prisoner of Patronage could actually be fine here. We've got 9 lands to cast it.
I guess Archway gets better as the format gets slower. Like, if more people end up playing Serpentine Curve things, then maybe Archway is a lot more understandable as those decks sort of inbreed against each other, but...
Yeah, realistically, you have a point that, like, Archway kind of does what Learning for Environmental Sciences does, but, like, so much of the time, this deck splashes some late red cards, but otherwise it's mostly just green-blue early. It's nice to have Environmental Science as an option. I hate having it as like a mandatory thing. And Archway just being like a land that if you top deck it, it costs 2 mana to put into play. It just so frequently stops you from double spelling. I just don't like it unless I have to play it, and I think that the pro consensus in this format, including better players than me,
Science is actually the Mize here, right? Like, Science is the thing we get the free roll. Archway always comes with cost.
I think we're cutting a Wrangler here. Ether Helix also potential cut. It's nice when we have actual creatures that trade off. Not sure.
Because like the thing about Sciences is there's going to be games where we don't have to go get Environmental Sciences, and if we have Archway on our deck, we have to actually play that card.
Prismari Command I think is a cut. We could cut Letter of Acceptance. This card is not terribly exciting. We don't really need the fixing with the double campus, I think. Let's cut Letter and...
Yeah, Letter shouldn't be in here.
Yeah, it ramps a little bit. We have like such a stuffed 4 slot that we don't really need to ramp from 3 to 5. You don't like Trickster, Rashka? Trickster's great. What are you talking about?
Trickster's a good card, but it does have the problem of being a creature. And if I've learned anything from Sam Black, that is a problem.
Yeah, we are a Serpentine curve deck. Sam Black really just like goes hard on those curves, huh?
Yeah, Digital MIT is exactly where I'm at on this. Sam Black would cut Trickster here, and he would. He would cut Trickster here.
Yeah, I'm now realizing that we could just play Black and Splash Baleful Mastery and 10 the Pests. It'd be like a pretty funny way to do Serpentine curves, but it's probably too cute. I mean, there's Trickster, there's Ether Helix, which I just don't like this card very much, and would... I mean, I think my answer to Big Fractals is just playing Serpentine curve.
Yeah, we're not a tempo deck. Frost Trickster doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it attacks, it blocks Inklings. Like, what are we gonna do against an Inkling token? We can outrace it maybe, but
yeah, we just take like 6 and then win the game in 4 turns. I don't know.
Sure, I don't know. I just found Trickster to so often to be very good, and I think the Ether Helix is also a tempo card, right? Like, yes, sometimes you remove a token, but mostly you're like paying 5 mana to bounce something. Also, our deck is almost all spells. Like, what are we getting back? We have 9 creatures, I guess. We can get back a Professor if we trade it aggressively. We don't have any rage creatures. Believe me, I play Scourge Colony in pretty much every sealed deck I can. Scourge Colony is great, but we don't have access to that here. I mean, we're not playing Pillar Drop Warden. We're not splashing red for Pillar Drop Warden. Even if we had one, I don't think we do. Wait.
You're talking about a different card?
All right. Do we have Pillar Drop Warden? I'm so bad at seeing that card.
What's going on here?
There it is. We have one. We're not playing it. It's not a splashable card.
Okay.
We were bugged out for a second. All right. So what's the last cut from this deck? Is it Helix or Trickster or Vortex? I mean, Vortex Runner is also here.
I don't know.
I
think this is
cut like both of these and play Prismari Command instead of me just have an all spell deck like y'all want to. Yeah, we had Helix stuck in our hand for a bit last time. There's also Double Major.
I think Prismari Command has non-zero actual synergy with Serpentine Curve.
It's true. Like we can draw and discard our spells to make Serpentine Curves bigger.
Prismari Command ramp us. Like just treasure token, Prismari Command removal. That's just good.
Sure. I always wonder if it's kind of thing's worth a splash. Let's put that in. Let's cut Ether Helix. If I get to cut Ether Helix, I'm happy. And then we've got like... Alright, Frost Trickster or Vortex Runner? Which of these is the cut?
Chat. I'm gonna need some input here because I really couldn't tell you. I value Vortex Runner more highly. I think chat will tell you to cut Vortex Runner. I think they're gonna be wrong. I would rather have the unblockable guy, but I really don't.
I shouldn't have asked the question, which are we cutting? Sorry. Are we keeping Trickster or Runner? Are y'all saying Runner because you want to keep Runner or cut Runner?
I think those two want to cut Runner. I suspect it is 4-1 in favor of keeping Trickster. That is my reading of this. Prismari Command is basically fixing.
Okay, we can cut Trickster. It just feels weird cutting Trickster when we're like happily running Snow Day, but whatever. Snow Day is a different card.
Snow Day has the upside of A, being a spell, and B, drawing cards.
Alright, let's get a prediction up. I'll make it a 1-minute this time. Oh yeah, choose prediction outcome. We did not win the game because I scooped almost immediately.
I don't want either. Cut Professor. Huh?
Cut Professor of Zoomancy? Are you crazy? No, never cut Professor of Zoomancy. It's a 4/3 for 4, and it has a token that comes with it.
It's a 5/4 for 4.
It's a 5/4 for 4. There we go. It's Elderleaf Mentor with an extra point of power and toughness and a better token. Somehow.
Yeah, that is wild. What the... That Elderleaf Mentor, a card we played happily.
That card be cut sometimes, but played sometimes, yeah.
I think Sam actually plays Professor because it's...
Sam loves Professor so much that he can't resist playing it despite his hatred of creatures.
It's just functionally removal. It trades for, like, everything in the format for like 5 turns. Like, what are the X5s that come down?
Witherbloom Pledge Mage is pretty much it.
Yeah. The 4/5 with reach.
Look at that. All the colors. This is a classic Strixhaven Sealed hand. Hello. Ooh.
Yo, Tristan loves this card.
Oh,
Like, just actually thinks it's very good in Sealed.
yeah, Team Pen's great. I don't think I've ever opened this in a Sealed pool, weirdly, but I would play it if I had it much of the time, I think. Alright, so we cram session, we just get 10 the pests here, I think. Or pest summoning, sorry. Not that it blocks a 3/3 Scourge Colony, but you know.
Yo, whoever wagered that 1 point on no is set to make so much money if it pays off.
Is it literally 2.4 to 1? No, it's
is.
pretty even. It's pretty even.
No. It is not 2.4 to 1. It appears to be...
Look at that, chat. Our opponent played an Archway Commons and took their 3rd turn off instead of equipping a Team Pennant.
9.5k to 1.
Oh, MC, I was looking at the details of the last prediction. I see what's going on. Okay. Well, alright, we have Elemental Masterpiece coming down in a turn to slow our opponent's roll here.
Oh, no, it's the good card.
Yeah, imagine playing Pest with Borders. Goodness. So, this Pest summon is just going to read gain 10 life, which I am happy with.
Is that good?
We actually don't have to... we don't have to make this block here. What am I doing? Oh, wait, it's too late. Already made the block. Alright, probably... I'm like a little bit too eager to trade off these pests for value before they start putting Team Pennant on things and attacking me with Trample.
Ooh.
That's cute. It is true we don't have much removal.
Wait. Team Pennant.
They could have also just equipped their pest and attacked me this turn. Our opponent was not... Oh, we drew Prismari Command, so this Blood Researcher is no longer a problem. Excellent.
I don't think Commons is as bad as you say. It probably isn't. I hate it a lot more than it deserves.
Oh wait, we get to destroy an artifact. Wait a minute. We get to destroy an artifact.
We've discovered that it's modes.
Modes.
Look, we just talked about this. Yes, it is paying that, but the point of environmental sciences is you don't always have to get environmental sciences. You can just not get it when you don't need it. It doesn't actually have to be in your deck. It's a complete free roll. Like, environmental sciences isn't good because you get it all the time. It's good because when you need it, you can get it. It's free.
Yeah, all I will say is the Commons is not unplayable, right? It's just a card.
No.
If I'm playing 2 colors in a splash and I have environmental sciences and double campus and just generally really good mana,
Never.
I am just like wholly uninterested in doing that sort of thing. All right, do we just
Like, if I'm playing common, it means I open some really bad stuff.
Okay, I think I'm okay with my opponent killing Arch. I would love to trade Pest because I have no life gain synergy and they might have more life gain synergy. Okay.
It's like saying, I don't know. Yeah, but if you're just playing commons, you can play 5-color good stuff.
Oh, hello, Tanazir Quandrix.
It's a question of if it's worth it, and it's also a question of like if we have the 5-color good stuff.
This card's pretty good. I guess our opponent's Archway Commons to cast Tanazir Quandrix.
It's true.
To be fair, do we have removal for this? I guess our deck has almost no removal. That is something.
A problem.
That is something.
You know, I've never actually seen this card.
We can
What does
still.
it do other than being
It makes all their creatures as big as it is when it attacks. So if they have like expanded anatomy, we're gonna die really fast.
Yeah, we're gonna get owned.
If they don't, then we're okay. If they're trading off Scourge Colony here, I'm pretty happy. We sort of need to trade with all their stuff here forever. But
to be fair.
Cram Session keeps us alive. Over and Arch helps us stay alive. We've got some other good stuff we could do later, maybe. Okay, so is this going to get expanded anatomy? Oh, they can also get a pest summoning. If they have a pest summoning, we're kind of in for it. Oh, all right. Good thing we have Test of Talents. No, we have Test of Talents. It's all good. It's all good. We are in perfectly fine shape today.
I like that Auto Tapper was like, yeah, tap your blue for this.
Fiesta Paulo, Quandric, yeah. And maybe there's something to it. We could maybe
I don't know.
Maybe we'll try Sultai again after this, but just blue, green, splashing black.
Know, maybe it's actually literally just this splashing. No, I don't. Ugh. The problem is we end up not playing our power cards whenever we try to do that.
Oh wait, did we not play Cram? Oh, I thought we had one less mana. We did. Sorry, I thought we had only 3 mana left as opposed to 4. Oh. Crap. I think I have to let this one go past, even though it's going to be a 10-10 with Tanazir Quandrix, which is unfort. I forget if we have an intro to Annihilation. Do we have an intro to Annihilation?
You have Aether Helix, right?
We have an Aether Helix in our sideboard. No, we don't. We have Necrotic Fumes. Another good reason to play Sultai.
I like how...
Alright, do we counter this? Do we just counter this and hope they don't have a 7th land next turn?
I think that's the play.
We also have Negate in our deck. Let's try this.
Yeah, we draw Negate, and...
What's in their library? Another Leyland Invocation I get to steal, so that's nice. Another Archway Commons. Doomblade, Eye Twitch, Infuse, Sign in Blood, Rise of Exus, Helix, Witherbloom, Dragon's
That's
Guard.
a lot of powerful cards.
Solid little pool for sure. You just click your deck and then you click sideboard deck list. It's a new feature. Alright, do I want to learn off of this? No, I don't think so. We have Ram Session we're about to learn anyway.
Deck list is so set to make so much money on this.
Oh wait, we have Serpentine Curve. Serpentine Curve is a good little clock.
Oh right, I forgot we were running good cards.
Serpentine Curve is a good little clock. Let's jam that. See if we can put our opponent under some of that good old-fashioned pressure.
Never draw a land here, ever. Or it's Archway Commons.
They draw Archway Commons here. That's the suitable thing to happen. Oh. Well,
no.
Well, shoot. Oh, I do have Annihilation. Oh, okay. Well, we'll just get Annihilation then and we're going to win the game.
That is, I think perhaps an optimistic outlook on this, but yes.
We have an 8/8. What are they going to do?
Ooh, Archway playing and Letter playing off-color lessons is actually something I hadn't thought of.
Alright, so we annihilate Tanazir. We should have attacked first, of course. Whatever. Let's attack in case they block so aggressively that we end up being happy to not annihilate Tanazir Quandrix. I guess there's no universe where that's the case. It's possible. Actually, we're not supposed to attack with Professor. We're supposed to trade Professor with their 4/4. That's dumb. That was dumb.
Yeah, we were not.
There was no universe where that attack was correct.
It's fine.
I'm getting lazy at the end of the night here. It's fine. Maintaining a healthy 2 punts per hour. Okay, is this the turn we sack Arch, possibly?
I'm going to ask you to get what?
We pretty much just have Sciences and Expanded Anatomy at this point. Expanded Anatomy is not terrible.
Yeah. Sure. I would rather put it on a Vortex Runner, but yeah. Actually, are we going to need the Arch for this race?
We need to.
We might keep Arch for a turn just so we can expand Anatomy of the Vortex Runner. If our opponent has Doomblade, they might just, or Rise of Exus, they might kill this 8/8.
The Vortex Runner, might as well get the life out of it.
Yeah. Ooh, Nico Danger, thanks for the follow. Alright, so we can also put Expanded Enemy on a Pest. I don't think that does enough.
Yeah, we're just sending 8811.
Yeah, definitely sending 8811. As we can't assume this Bludge Mage won't be able to fly. And if they take this whole hit, they died of Vortex Runner. If they do this, I'm pretty happy. Oh, they do have Infuse with Vitality in their deck.
Yeah, I'm worried about the Death Touch trick here. Oh.
Yep. Rude. Alright. Yeah, I think if we hadn't punted with the Professor, we were probably still in trouble against this killing the 8/8. Now I'm definitely going to keep Arch around, though. It seems like pretty...
This is an Arch game.
Pretty critical to keep that one around. We can get Spirit Summoning off of it, and then we can double block the 4/4, I guess? We can get Spirit Summoning and double block the 4/4. Otherwise, we're just taking 3/5 a turn.
Can we win that race if we draw, I don't know.
I think we keep it in play for one more turn, try to get an Anatomy maybe, win with Anatomy.
we can scry here too, so.
Yeah, we have Scry too, as well. Sorry, Scry as well.
Yeah.
Now attacking with the Pest feels very silly. Like, oh, let me just block the Bludge Mage if it doesn't have flying. It's fine. Alright, it's like a top deck war here. We have campuses. I've got a little bit more mana, but I'm behind on board. See. I'm annoyed because I actually could have beaten Mascot Exhibition this game. It's not always good to say
We had
that.
a Frost Trickster.
Frost Trickster would be pretty clean. It's good in races. It's good in a lot of situations.
So go to 7.
Ooh, okay. Tough stuff. Can I get a Serpentine Curve, please?
Serpentine Curve would be the move.
All right.
Do we
Are we gonna learn now? Because it gives us the mana to scry again next turn if we want to. Versus gain the extra life. Having actually, since this blocks Pledge Mage, having a blocker for Mage Hunter could be pretty good here.
Yeah.
I think I just draw. We bottomed a thing there. We drew a land. Okay.
I think we were supposed to upkeep that scry.
Maybe. We just have like a couple of expensive spells I was hoping to rip, but
I think we're like specifically supposed to upkeep that scry looking for Serpentine Curve.
I was looking for Snow Day or Curve here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, do we have to trade Runner here? We have to trade Runner and just try to like hold out to find something. Now we can double scry. Yeah, I think we just chill. We're not going to kill our opponent by attacking them here.
Is that an oblique Snow Day joke?
Yeah, so I played this badly. Our draw has been kind of unfortunate. We just...
Yeah, it's like 11 lands. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the lands are part of it. Mostly just like this draw really needed a Zimone.
Mm-hmm. We're not dead.
We're definitely not
I'm
dead.
not sure how we aren't dead over like 2, for example.
I am going to double block this 4/4. I think we just can't keep taking hits off it. We just have to hope to scry into something pretty good, like a big blocker. Yeah, we're not dead by any means. We're just like not in great shape.
And there are like a lot of draws in their deck that are just like, oh boy.
Yeah, they've got Doomblade and stuff. They've got all sorts of things. 3 to 4 looks Mage Duel. It kills the Inkling.
It kills the Inkling, it kills the Pledge Mage.
I think I would want to kill the Inkling. I think we keep that and just kill the Inkling.
We didn't Overgrown Arch, did we?
Oh, did we not gain life? I thought we had gained life last turn.
Life?
Oh.
Did we get...
Oh, shoot.
Nope,
Well, someone punt me if we missed the life. Obviously, we want to gain the life there.
Hit him with that exclamation punt.
Yikes, that could matter. That could matter.
It's probably gonna matter. Here, I'll go do it. Oh,
That's
nope,
alright. I'm
someone
just getting all the punts out of the way before the open. All the punts. But looking at their graveyard, for some reason, have you got Deadly
So
Brew?
they out last turn but didn't play a card, and then they didn't scry on upkeep this turn, and I'm really confused.
I mean, they just drew something expensive after scrying their upkeep, I think. Seems like this might be Rise of Extus.
Yes.
Oh, Ether Helix. Okay.
Remember that we didn't gain?
Oh, yep. Alright, that's curtains for me. Alright, let's try one more game, see if we can get there with the Teamer deck.
Yeah, that's rough. Do we want to reevaluate any of the cards whose absence punished us, or do we want to chalk it up to variance?
So we had a Fractal Summoning that we could have used, would have been like pretty decent, or not Fractal Summoning, Ether Helix.
Yeah, Ether Helix would have been pretty decent. Frost Trickster would have been pretty decent. We don't have a lot of removal, and maybe we just have to rely on those cards.
Yeah, I'm willing to try the Helix out and cut Vortex Runner maybe.
I think we probably put both in. Cut like Vortex Runner and
Sorry, what was the other card besides Ether Helix to put in?
the 2/2 flyer.
Oh, Frost Trickster. I mean, it would have been nice to block the flyers. Oh,
We have no. I mean, part of it is also that we have like a bunch of really good cards in here, and we drew none of them. But that happens.
big payout coming for whoever bet against us.
Let's go. Let's go. 9,461. All the way What is the name of your channel points? They're just named channel points?
They're just named channel points. Can I name them things? I didn't know you could name your channel points.
Beep Bucks?
Beep Bucks? Alright. I like Frost Trickster Vortex Runner. I think it's just a better card in more board states. And
Yeah.
we don't have trouble finding win conditions, I think.
Lucky Clovers would be a good one.
Hmm?
You can name them Lucky Clovers.
Hmm. Alright, so what's our last cut? Then we had Ether Helix, so we just cut Trickster. Prismaricum was good. Prismaricum was definitely good that game. Mostly we just lost to Tanazir Quandrix beating our head in.
We did kind of lose to just getting hit in the face with a 4/4 flyer.
A bunch of times, but yeah, there were various slops in that game.
We also kind of lost to a mascot exhibition.
We also kind of lost a mascot exhibition, yeah.
Like, you could chalk that one up to opponent had the mythics, but I think it's worth examining in the context of our pool that we don't actually have a lot of actual removal.
Mm-hmm.
And so that does raise the value of stuff like Frost.
I still don't want to splash Baleful Mastery. I think the double campus just makes it much easier to do the red thing than anything else. Hello, Angel Eyes.
Yeah.
And alright, chat, what's the cut? What's the cut? Snow Day, Trickster, Brainstorm? Not Brainstorm, we're a Serpentine. We're a Serpentine curve deck.
That feels insane.
We're a Serpentine curve deck. What's your question, Angel Eyes? Pledge Mage? Fine blocker. I guess. Actually, we kind of... we have double Professor. I'm not sure we need Pledge Mage that much. Professor provides kind of a similar service.
Expressionist seems actually actively good in our game.
I think Expressionist is pretty good. Angel Eyes, depends what you want. If you're looking for the most gems you can make, the traditional is going to be better. If you're looking to make day 2 with the highest probability, which I think most people are, you should play best of 1. Not having any losses to give is pretty tough. And for basically any win rate you could have, the best of 1 is going to give you a better odds of getting into day 2. How to use Expressionist Digital Limit? We cast Brainstorm and then our opponent kills our thing, but we got a 4/4. So we played a 1 mana 4/4. Also works pretty well with Overgrown Arch. You can just cast any spell, put the thing on Overgrown Arch, and you sack Overgrown Arch to learn, and you get a 4/4. Works pretty well with Pest Summoning.
It's also just a 4/4.
It's also just a 4/4 for 4. Not an easy one to cast in our deck, admittedly.
It is not. Pledge Mage, Zimone, or Expression.
Not cutting Zimone. Zimone
Definitely
is
not
nuts. Well, good luck, Angel Eyes. Hopefully, I would probably go and try to read Sam Black's article on StarCityGames.com, or maybe find... What are all these people who want to cut Zimone? Zimone's crazy.
She's like one of the best cards in the format.
Muse is good. Muse is very good. So what were its cram session? Probably not. I mean, Fiesta Paul, it's too easy to handle. What does that mean? Like, your opponent kills it? It's like, it's a 2-drop. If your 2-drop dies to removal, that's okay. As someone once said about Tarmogoyf, your 2-drop isn't dying to removal, their removal is dying to your 2-drop. We can also just cut Trickster.
I mean, that's probably what we want to do. I just want to, like, see if this...
I was thinking, but let's cut Trickster.
All the dead cards our opponent...
What dead cards does our opponent have against this Fiesta? Are you taking exactly Shock? Because their Heated Debates can still just kill bears. Their Mage Hunter's Onslaughts can kill Serpentine Curves. If my opponent has to spend 3 or 4 mana killing Zimone and they don't have that removal for a 10/10 Serpentine Curve later, I'm pretty happy. And there's so many games where you play Zimone and your opponent doesn't have the removal spell for her, and you just start drawing 2 cards. There's also there's also Lash of Malice. There's Lash of Malice and Shock.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like trying to do the strategy of, like, make your opponent's removal spells dead when you're not sure you have the removal spells, and as a result of that, you're, like, putting away the card that just taps to draw 2 cards. Bears we use to trade, Fiesta Paul. Well, if our opponent doesn't want us to trade with their bears, they can use our... If we don't have Zimone and we instead just have... They spend our removal on our bears and our bears don't trade anymore.
It's still a 1-for-1. Plus we get a pest. You got a mulligan this. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Alright, cram session looking clean. We can cram session. We can't Maelstrom Muse, though, because we're like 2 lands short of it.
This is great.
So I think we just cut Muse.
like a favored color?
Angel Eyes, the best color on average is best color combination. Average is blue and green with red as like the third place, I would say.
Yeah.
But it all depends on your pool. And if you open the best cards for a certain deck, probably any of the decks can be nuts. And it's hard to tell if the nuts Quandrix deck is better than nuts Silverquill deck or whatever.
Wow. I used to be a streamer.
Then you took an arrow to the something or other. Is that what happened? All right. So you took what happened? You used to be a streamer, and then you took an arrow to the knee.
Yes.
That's it. It's kind of started to sound like that's where you're going. All right. Pest summoning probably because it blocks Pledge Mage a couple times. Yeah. The draft is very different than sealed, of course.
Hey, you're finally awake.
All right, Symmetrist trades with Professor. That's fine.
It's sick how like they're taking damage and we're like at 20.
Yep. Arrogant Poet is kind of terrible. Oh look, Mage Duel. So I can kill Quandrix Pledge Mage? No, I can't. Don't have the mana for that.
I mean, if you wanted a Serpentine Curve.
No, I don't have mana for that either.
You could do it. You could Pest Summoning Mage Duel.
No, we don't have enough green.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so somebody's saying like Zimone has a decent win rate. Like a decent win rate's good. Like Zimone is still like plus 3% or whatever.
Please bring Kanye back, Aaron. You hear that?
The people have spoken. All right, we got kind of smacked around. That's all right. I'm just gonna make big fractals at some point. Good. Scourge Colony. Opponent deciding if they want to actually keep getting in there with Arrogant Poet trading 2 for 2. Seems like they should.
I'm a big fan of them just like dying.
Angel Eyes, it's pretty complicated. You might want to look up before tomorrow some articles about the format, but in general, no, you don't want to put lessons to your main deck because they're just bad cards, and learning for them is much better.
If you're main decking lessons, it usually means something went wrong along the way.
Yes. Well said. All right, so I think it's just we get environmental sciences here, and get a mountain. Gives a Serpentine Curve and a Mage Duel next turn, and Serpentine Curve's looking nice and big now.
I don't know what those words mean, apples and fruits.
Okay, good stuff. Quandrix Pledge Mage finally attacks and is trampling, which is scary, but we have the Serpentine Curve to handle things. If our opponent doesn't have like another piece of interaction here.
Looks like they pass priority immediately, so you know.
Hopefully.
Oh yes, 2-1. Get in there. 14.
Alright, everything tramples. We are going to go ahead and gain a life here. It's an interesting question next turn of whether we're killing the Symmetrist or the Pledge Mage.
I think Pledge Mage is a lot more worrying, honestly.
Yeah, I guess once the Pledge Mage is gone, the Symmetrist doesn't really matter that much. It's the nice thing is, like, if they kill my curve, yeah, let's get rid of this. Okay, cool. Back to parity, roughly. Over an Arch is so good.
Yep.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow, Angel Eyes. Yeah, it's interesting. I think this could be a pool where like sideboarding is reasonable. Like we could bring in black removal spells if we really felt like we needed them against certain opponents.
Catalyst Blood Mage just does not.
Phyrexian Rager that trades with a pest token sure is worse than the other one.
It's not very good.
Spectre is pretty good.
I actually think is a good card.
That's pretty good, but our opponent's actually like...
They're kind of getting clocked in the face by their own things.
Yeah, if we like draw land and plays land invocation next turn, things get interesting for sure.
Are we taking this trade? Because I think we are.
Are we taking the what?
The trade.
Oh yeah, we definitely... Sorry, they meant taking the damage. No, we're definitely going to trade. And...
17 lands at... right.
Oh, look, Snow Day. Great.
Ooh,
good stuff.
Lands.
Whew.
You could blow up a dude and make a treasure token.
Yeah, I kind of think like we're supposed to blow up the poet here and then make a treasure and play pest summoning. Or not play Pest Summoning. We don't play Pest Summoning. We don't need the Pest Summoning. Oh, problem is, yes, they have 8 lands. We can't stop Scurrid Colony anyway. Yeah, let's go. Kill that, make a treasure. Did we mulligan this game?
We did.
We did mulligan this game. Yeah, that's right. I was like, I feel like we're like a little bit behind. Oh wait, were we supposed to kill Colony? Maybe we're supposed to kill Colony. I'm just thinking like the Flyers. The Flyers are incredibly irritating because they've got Spectre, and we can't really stop them from hitting us in the air.
Am I muted? I said we were supposed to kill Colony.
No, I don't. I mean, I heard you. I didn't agree with you. I think we're supposed to kill Poet. We're not winning the race now because they have Spectre, and I would rather like I can block Colony with a Pest once if they have the 8th land, which is not guaranteed, and then Leyland Vacation blocks Colony, whereas we can't stop Poet.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That's the idea. Who knows if it's right?
It's me. I know it's right.
All right, they're finally gonna kill this Arch. Nope, get to gain a little bit more life. Okay, a lot of stuff they could play would be pretty scary. Oh, well, no, Leyland Vacation still just answers that, which is fine.
And they still don't have the ability to turn on the Spectre of the Fens this turn.
Yep. Alright, well, at least it makes the Leyland Vacation bigger.
Well, yes.
Pause. Umbral Juke. Oh, yep. Okay. That is a little scary. We're taking 6 a turn. We have Snow Day, so we get to stop them for 1 turn, but then we need some way to actually
get through here.
Through here. Oh, that was a good top deck.
Oh.
Whoa.
The Swift 03.
The Swift 03. Yep.
With the quickness.
Yep.
The 03.
After
the 7-1 run.
This deck was pretty good, but I mean, every card our opponent played was a real card, or at least it drew them a real card.
Frustrating. Not like this. On the other hand, we did get to do an extra run, which is value. This was the only way we would get to complete a run, a second run today.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. RIP my leaderboard status in 17 lands, but you know.
Oh, no.
Alright, we have the Snow Day for their Flyers. This is survivable. Maybe? Hashtag survivable. Alright, the colonies remain 2/2s. Could be worse. They do have Spectre of the Fens, which is a big problem.
Yeah, I don't like the part where, like, they can just kill us for free.
Spectre of the Fens sure is good. Am I keeping Pest Summoning for chump reasons? I think we discard a moment. What do I need? I need to kill Spectre. If I can kill Spectre, the Inkling's not going to kill me very fast.
This feels pretty hopeless, but...
Do I chump with a Pest to gain the life here, given I'm about to Pest Summoning? I think I might be... No, maybe? I think I might be doing that. How likely is it that I exactly die and I need the life from the Pest later? I think we... Let's hold up. Gain some life. See if we can get rid of the Spectre.
Do we actually have hard removal for that card? Like, this is the thing we were talking about last
time.
time.
I legit think we don't. We have Elemental Expressionist, which is cool, but not going to kill them. Elemental Masterpiece, oh, we actually can't cast it either. Awkward. Yeah, I think we're just going to die to Spectre here. We gain life, we just can't make anything. We can discard this for treasure and cast Pest Summoning. Yeah, I'm just going to call it a game. I don't think we have outs at this point.
I don't think we do either.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was a... Like, I wish we still had access to that sealed pool and look at a deck that we missed, because we ended up playing, like, a teamer deck without removal. And, I mean, this is, like, actually genuinely a learning experience in terms of just how important actually having the removal is to the deck, because that's what the good cards are.
Yeah, right? I mean, our last deck looked bad, but just had infinite removal, and it was fine. I mean, I think this... Right. I think that the teamer deck was fine, and we just got, like, a little... We mulliganed, I think, in... We mulliganed at least one of those games. I forget what happened in game 2.
The lesson, I think, genuinely to take away here is that you actually just can't do this stuff if you have only bombs and no removal. Because everyone else has, like, ridiculous removal. So if you're presenting the threats, they just get, like, Doombladed or whatever.
And if you don't have like the learn cards that present the threats, which we didn't for the most part, like we didn't have either of the 3 mana Simic learn cards, which would be not divination and not cultivate. And those are the things that like keep the archetype alive. So we have those cards and we have the removal, and we had neither of them. I wonder if there was a different way to take this pool that we should have done.
I mean, I think this deck is fine. I think losing to a Spectre Defense happens. Like, a lot of the time against that deck, we just are able to turn the corner and take advantage of their stuff. We just kind of missed on a couple of draws where we really needed something to happen. If we'd had, like, a land a turn earlier than we did, we missed a land drop, had to go get Environmental Sciences versus being able to Serpentine Curve and a Mage Duel a turn earlier than we did.
Yes. Like there were things that went wrong.
We never drew multiple choice.
I'm just starting to get suspicious of the, like, lack. Like, if we don't have, I don't know, some Bury-in books, like, maybe we should be more suspicious of the archetype than we have been.
That's possible. I think it's, like, not a bad thing to, like, update toward. I also think Sultai is, like, the reason I was interested in the Black-Green deck is partly because it does a slightly better job of applying pressure. Like, if we'd had a Brackish Trudge that game or something, we could have actually, like, taken advantage of our opponent using Arrogant Poet and just beaten their head in.
Yeah.
And that also gives us access to, of course, Necrotic Fumes and Baleful Mastery. So I think I might have just thrown away the Sultai deck a little too early because we had a bad draw the first game. We mulliganed and then just, like, missed a color and had to use Environmental Sciences to bail ourselves out. Versus, I think if I were, like, gonna keep playing games with this, I would, like, test the Sultai deck again, see if the extra pressure felt like it was good enough.
Yeah, I think this was a really interesting pool, and we might have just missed on both, but the...
Yeah, it was also where we tried to, like, play Abzan, and we play, like... Yeah, this was interesting. I still don't know how much we learned. I don't know how typical those games were. We mulliganed twice in the 3 games we played with the pool. We, I think missed on, like, Maelstrom Muse, for example, could have blocked their flyer forever if we had drawn it.
That happens.
We had answers to those things.
It makes it happen a lot less. Like,
it's true. We could have played Shock in this, maybe, over Pledge Mage, or...
No,
I'm trying to think, what cards did we actually draw that game? We just... Yeah, we had, like, some big fractals which died. They top decked the Eliminate to kill our Leyline Invocation, like, the turn after we cast it. Like, a lot of shit had to go kind of wrong for that to go as badly as it did.
Yes. But, like, you mentioned it's something to orient towards, and I think that's the way I would phrase it. Like,
yeah.
It's something to not necessarily be like, don't play Teamer or whatever, but update your heuristics a little bit and make sure that you actually have the removal, like, and you actually have the learn cards when you're going to play this archetype.
Yeah, we had fine learn cards. We used Intro Annihilation to not die in one game.
I really, really love the 3-mana learn cards that we had.
Yeah, someone suggests Bant, which is kind of a cute idea, because Combat Professor is probably about as good as Maelstrom Muse, and we gain a couple of Expels and a Professor, maybe. I don't think it's quite enough, but it's a cute idea.
Symbology is a good card.
Like, if we're going to play Bant for the Expels, I'd rather just play Sultai and get access to Baleful Mastery and then late game Necrotic Fumes. Although, I guess it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to have double black in play.
Kind of wish we could just keep jamming this pool. Yeah, no, it's a really interesting pool.
Yeah, and that's powerful. I think again, there's like, this build, if I like ran this through a million sealed runs, I would expect to go with like 5-3 or 6-3 most of the time. I think we just like, got the O2 side of that by playing against Tanzir, Quandrix, Maxicot Expedition into like, Mulligan and Miss Land Drop. And I think it's still a better deck than it looked. But yeah, removal's important. It's possible that like updating towards Sultai would have been better with this pool. I still don't think we have enough card quality to be able to actually play like the Expels and the Closing Statements. Maybe Abzan was the thing we should have looked at. I just find it so hard to go up Serpentine Curve. Like, Serpentine Curve was great in those games. A 4-mana 4/4 that triggered Mage Duel. Multiple choice would have been amazing if we'd ever drawn it.
We tried a Silver Quill deck. We just didn't have the 2-drops. Like, we had no Leech Fanatics, no Arrogant Poets, no First Years. They just didn't have the cards.
There are no 2-drops in the pool, yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I don't know. I still think probably something like this is the best version of the deck you can build in the pool, but I would take another look at Sultai. I think that's about the... There's also possibly some kind of like 4-color monstrosity that just plays all of our random removal spells and plays Letter of Acceptance and Archway Commons, and we just try to, go slow until we... Because like our early cards are not that impressive, besides like Overrun and the Negates. Like maybe we...
I think the 4-color monstrosity is looking a lot more interesting to me right now.
Yeah, let's try and build... What would the 4-color monstrosity have looked like? Let's build that.
Okay.
So we're still base blue-green, but instead of running red, we're now running white and black. Just stuff removal into the deck at a high rate. We don't get access to our campuses anymore.
There was someone in chat who suggested this, so shout out to them.
I mean, I thought it was like, I thought it was a possibility. Like, we have the mana that we can maybe pull it off, but it's not. Yeah, I still think when we look at it closely, it's going to look kind of awkward. So we play the Expels and the Baleful Mastery. And that's pretty much what we're splashing. We can maybe go Letter of Acceptance. I will note that, like, even just like Frost Trickster, that game would have been insane. There's a reason I like Frost Trickster. It's just a 2/2 flyer, and sometimes a 2/2 flyer stops you from taking 8 damage off an Arrogant Poet or whatever. Because even though they were taking damage every time, it did deal us like 8 damage. And the damage they took didn't matter at all. So we get Letter in, we get Commons in. We've got Environmental Science trying to pull Double Duty as a fixer. There's also possible this deck could be like base black-green, splash blue, splash white, which gives us the Hunt for Specimens.
It also means we're
the
not
counter spells.
Probably Negate or Test or Brainstorm.
Yeah. So there's like, we go like more toward grind, but with more removal than we had before. What would that look like? This is like 4 color with curves.
Okay, looking at it, this does kind of look like a pile, but it looks like a pretty compelling pile.
It's an interesting little pile for sure. Probably...
Cut Aether Helix?
Yeah, we're not done building this deck by any means. Play Crushing Disappointment. We splash those 3 good blue cards. We splash the 3 white cards. We play... maybe Duress is a cut. I like Duress a lot. Cut Blood Researcher. There's... Could cut 1 Crushing Disappointment.
I think the 1 Crushing Disappointment is where I would go with this.
Yeah, there's also cutting 1 Expel. Given what we now have. We now have a few different pieces of
We have
removal.
that's like a post doing our mana decision, I think. Because if it turns out our splash just can't support a 2nd Expel, that's entirely on the table.
Alright, so we get... I mean, our mana is just we add a plains and a swamp to this. The question... Or, no, not swamp. I'm sorry. We cut the islands. We have 1 island, we have a bunch of swamps, and we have a plains somewhere or whatever. Problem is like a double splash with just 1 environmental sciences and 2 other ways of generating like 5 color mana is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like we're just going to frequently end up in, just have a spell we can't cast because we didn't draw a Letter of Acceptance or whatever.
Yeah, this is kind of like our teamer deck. Not our teamer deck. This is kind of just like the Sultai deck with extra steps.
Yeah, I just kind of like the... I think maybe I just threw away the Sultai deck too early because we just drew badly.
That might have been true, yeah.
And maybe the removal
like
and
maybe the Sultai deck was just what we were supposed to be playing.
Yeah, I could see that being the case for sure. Cut you. And you and you. Too bad I can't go like play more. Cut you, cut you.
No more closing statement, RIP.
And add you and I forget if this deck. I think this deck was splashing Zamone at the time. I'm not sure if I still endorse that. I actually kind of like the 1/1 split of Disappointment moment. Maybe it's too cute or something. We were splashing Zamone. Are we supposed to be splashing Zamone? Probably. Just really cheap. Our deck is full of cheap cards. We want more card draw. You can also play like 2 Disappointment or 2 Moment here. Play Karok Wrangler.
Do a direct challenge. Okay, first of all, it's Kanye, but some of my plaques, they still say Kane. Second, I think I would have to actually play a sealed in order for that to work.
All right, if I were playing more games with this, I'd probably be interested in starting here, seeing how that feels. Because like we did run into some awkwardness. Elemental Expressions was pretty hard to cast. Elemental Masterpiece is great, but it's it's not like compellingly better than Baleful Mastery or Brackish Trudge. I think Trudge is in particular really impressive in this build. I think
we just never drew multiple choices. I think if you're asking me if Abzan is stronger, I think I would rather take Serpentine Curve 2 serpentine curves multiple choice over double expel, combat prof, and the white black removal spell.
Yeah, there's a world where, I mean, you know, Abzan is also plausible. Multiple choice is just absurd, though. We never drew it, but it's absurd.
Yeah, and like serpentine curve multiple choice gives us like a really strong end game.
Yeah, I do like Professor. Professor is pretty cool when you have like a million pests and random and brackish trudge and that sort of thing. Anyway, so it was a cool pool. I think there were a bunch of ways to build it. I should wrap up the stream here a little bit.
Sure.
The idea was an informative way to lose a bunch of games, and we also got
agree.
all the bad luck and the mulligans out of the way before the open, which is key. So we had our 7-win, we had our 0-3, we had an intriguing stream. Get some packs, very nice.
Before you end it, I'm gonna plug my own Twitter.
Oh yeah, plug your Twitter and stuff, man. Get that
All I
clout.
care about is dopamine hits from seeing notifications. That's the only thing that matters to me in my entire life. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. I post deck lists. I sometimes write about the decks that I post, and I make shit posts where I put pictures of drill tweets onto Magic cards. That's basically the extent of my Twitter. It's bad photoshops, decks that I hit like top 50 mythic with, and that's kind of it.
But you also get that Kanye personality, which is certainly worth something.
Well, yeah, that's what the bad photoshops are. That is, yes, that's me.
Ooh, Kanye, I just went to Draft Sim and opened a Draft Sim pool, and we opened a mascot exhibition. Now I'm going to win for sure tomorrow. A mascot exhibition double...
No, that's the opposite. We used up all our bad luck, and now you're using up all your
No,
good luck.
Draft Sim is simulating for real life. Also, this deck has a Gnarled Professor, double Bookworm, and double Teachings of the Archaics. Wow, can't lose. Double Kelpie Guide.
Tomorrow, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Can't lose. But no Quandrix Gold cards. Just a little disappointing. Anyway, I digressed. It's time for me to go spend some time with my wife before the Arena Open happened. Oh yeah, Inflamed. I also got 3 mascot exhibitions the first time I opened Draft Sim pool. So maybe it is bugged. Maybe it's the thing to keep in mind.
3 mascot exhibitions?
3 mascot exhibitions, and I just said to myself, oh, it's bugged, and closed it. So it's possible that it's still bugged. It's possible that it's still bugged.
I've never played a mascot exhibition. Ever. I have never cast the card.
I think I had one in a draft deck once, and it turned out that we just like lost a bunch of games because we just got manascrewed and couldn't cast mascot exhibition. Unfortunate. All right, so we'll wrap things up here. I'll see if there's somebody we can raid tonight.
Sam's the obvious one.
There's always Sam Black. Is that the obvious one?
Let me see if there's anyone else that I know online. Sandy Dog.
Sandy Dog's online. What's Sandy Dog up to? Playing Constructed, I assume?
Yeah, standard. No mic, but he's the best mono red player.
Oh, it's Deathsy's 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Deathsy. Let's go raid Deathsy for his 30th birthday. Good night, all. And good night, Kanye. Thanks so much for co-streaming. Had a great time. I hope you also had a great time, and we should definitely do this again before too long.
It did run late though, so like RIP to my neighbors who are now going to like maybe hear me doing curls at 1 in the morning.
Oh, just keep a personal lunk alarm around. Don't shout.
Just installing a lunk alarm in my apartment complex.
I mean, the neighbors sound like they're willing to do it for you, right?
They sent a noise complaint like 3 months ago, and since then I have been much more like conscientious about it still.
All right, well, don't get another complaint, but go do those curls, man. Don't waste the pre-workout.
I'll catch you later. This is a
blast. Catch you later.
I don't even know if I'm going to play the Open tomorrow, but that was fun as shit.
All right, cool. Again sometime. See ya.
Absolutely. Later.
Bye.